Minecraft content going forward. No unwholesome remarks from me. This is driving is hard. I'm definitely going to be, I'm on my best behavior. I'm not going to be weird. I'm never going to be weird. We're going to go with the default experience. We never make it weird here. And then we get the, and then dude or dad with the cock. Very good. So first and foremost, I will check the settings. English, probably a good idea. Speed lines. In fact, that sounds cool. Well, that sounds good. In the hood. Can I scroll down? I can do no such thing. Look sensitivity. I might raise it up a smidge. Just a little bit. Audio. I think audio is probably pretty good, honestly. Subtitles is good. Visual sounds good. I will limit FPS to... I have to... How do I make it go? I do want to limit the FPS to 60. Maybe that's not an option. Alright, fine. Oh, wait. And look at that. There's a redeem secret code. I wonder if there's, like, cosmetic things you can unlock. There's an unstuck option. That's always good. Alright, so that's go. That's reverse. That resets the camera. Is there a jump? There's a jump. Alright. Everything else seems pretty chill. Now my dumbass, the first thing I want to do is go off the beaten path. The first thing I want to do is go the wrong way, and I want to, like, break all the rules, because I'm a bad boy. Because I'm a bad boy, and I don't play by the rules, right? But the reality is that I absolutely will play by the rules here. So, new skin. Hell yeah, I'm always down to put on some skin. I got new skin in the game. Hell yeah, new skin received. X. Here's how you change out your skins. What if you hold the jump? I was wondering that too, because when you press the button, it's not one of those where the jump happens on release. It happens on compression. It happens on inserting the button into the hole. Getting microwave while getting mashed sounds ballsy. Accurate. Spare some skin for my ass, says Dude or Dead. I did say earlier we had some skin in the game. And some skin in my ass. On my ass. In my ass? Probably both. So the wheels, that's probably just cosmetic. Oh, we can make them pretty, though. I can make them pretty. Oh, what color scheme should I go for, guys? If anyone has any preferences. I'm always a sucker for blue. I can give it a very sensuous little sexy little exhaust pipe. A little hole in the back. A steamy hole in the back that's just ever so alluring. Apparently there's parachutes. That's probably a button I should figure out. How to shoot my para. Like that one. That's a developer. Elegant Horse Studios. That's me. I'm an elegant whore. No, elegant horse. Sorry. Anyway. So we can only color the tires. Look at me choosing my tires and not making purple or pink. We gotta go purple. We gotta go regal with that shit. So A. I'm looking to see, like, what is the parachute button. Maybe you can only do the parachute button when you're above a certain distance, or when you're falling a certain distance. Arrow points that way. All right, very good, very good. I don't see any islands with any secrets, unfortunately. What I do see is shiny. This thing is like got a pretty good amount of traction. Got an achievement for collecting your first bar of soap. You're collecting soap in this game? How am I supposed to call myself a gamer if my man's out here not, like, retching at the exposure of soap? You call yourself a gamer, and yet you willingly interact with soap? It's just terrible. I got a very cool hat. Very cool hat. I like the noises it makes. It's very like... we have slow. I absolutely will go slow. I'm also going to lower the audio, sound effect volume just ever so delicately. Ever so delicately. And then for visuals... Oh, is it this button? No, it's not that button. Okay, it's nothing. Jet says, I just ripped my pants. Jet, are you SpongeBob? Jet, are you SpongeBob?
Really hard, but I have to try.
You're SpongeBob testing out some new material at the beach, and it's going a little bit awry. All right, so we'll just go fast, and that's all we have to worry about, right? It's not for watching, it's for dropping. Soap is for god damn it, is what Farsight says. Ouch. Zip. An achievement. Get through the door. It's big and heavy and still loud, by the way. Oh, no, don't set it to Deutsch. Don't set it to German. I will embarrass myself more than I normally do. With the boxes. Yeah, boxes. And then I get these boxes. New skin. I got a spoiler. Hell yeah. And then at least I'm assuming that's what that is. Will putting those on my car make my car go faster? One can only hope. All right. They were saying, yeah, like go that way. There's treats, and I got the treats. Oh wait, is there like a path? Oh, there is a path. Okay, that was my treats. Here's all the cardboard boxes, and one could ever dream about. Okay, what else we got? I'm always down to look for secrets. This game strikes me as one where there will be secrets. Some will be very well hidden. Some will be not so well hidden, but others will be indeed hard to notice. Look at all the crabs. Oh, there's like a big fancy thing on the crab island. It's glowing and it's shiny. It's exciting. Is it the same dev as the Rollerblades Hand Dude game? I don't think so. I don't think so. That game does look incredible though. And there's probably a common thread.
This is going to be really hard. Like, really. I'm not kidding. If you see me crying, just ignore it. Happens every time you play this game.
Valid. Can I sympathy crime? Is this a rage game? It might be. It might be a streamer bait, rage bait game. Lucky for me, I'm the master at baiting. Oh, I know. It was too obvious. Purple, obviously, as if it's even a question. Yeah, I don't really go for these kinds of games all that often. We did stream Getting Over It once, exactly once, and I really had a fun time with it. I didn't beat it, but I did enjoy my time with it a bunch. I don't know if I have the sanity nor the discipline to stick to it and beat it, because it's a big commitment, obviously. But yeah, that game is very much an experience. But yeah, I really haven't done much like this since, much like that or this in the intervening really years. Or soap. Soap. 2 out of 10. Oh well, 2 out of 10 for the achievement that is titled "Don't Drop It." The tires are like surprisingly grippy. The tires got that grippy. They got that Gorilla Grippy on them, which is pretty nice. Yeah, it's like it reaches up and like latches onto things like very generously. And man, everybody loves a tight grippy nowadays, honestly. Everybody loves a tight grippy. Is that the Crab Rave? I think that is the tight grippy. I'm sorry, the Crab Rave. Sorry, I got the tight grippy on the mind. Anthony knows what I'm talking about, right? Bennett Foddy. Yeah, I think there's absolutely some inspiration. You think if I just gunned it? What's up, Mallory? Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. This game is looking very promising. I think if I just gunned it, I think we can do it. If I gunned it and then did a cool jump. And hop. What if I do a little spin? Oh, you automatically deploy. Okay, well, never mind. I could just drive through the water apparently. Looks like you automatically deploy your parachute. And this is absolutely the Crab Rave. It's like legally distinct Crab Rave. They're doing all the dances. In like all the animations in the Crab Rave. That's my favorite. I like it when they do the little shuffle. Yeah, they're all in sequence. All right, now the question is, well, 2 questions. Can you run them over? I went over it. I really did get over it, didn't I? I really was getting over it with Bennett Foddy. Hey! New skin, it's a crab head. Alright, I'm happy and disappointed to report that you cannot harm the creatures. Ida will not be shitting directly in my mouth anytime soon. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. God damn it. Oh, I guess it's ambient? It is ambient. Okay. I was like, there's no music. I figure there's not going to be a ton of music in this game just in general. Am I just allowed to drive in the water though? Can I just be in the water and just be chilling? Presumably there'd be some kind of detriment. Some kind of discouragement. Big ball. I love big balls and I cannot lie. Someone a loosey-goosey grippy. I'm not one to judge out loud. Who do you think wants this ball? Maybe I'm to deliver this ball to somebody. Let's keep this in mind. Somebody might want this ball. If there's like a large baby that is looking for a ball or something like that. Oh, there's a shiny. See the shiny? Who doesn't want that Gorilla Grippy? Yeah, I mean, if it's not squeezing the life out of me and or making me concerned for blood flow to my cylinder, then it doesn't count. Then it doesn't count. Absolutely. Hot dogs down the hallway. 2018, yeah, kinda. Seems pretty easy so far. It's been pretty reasonable, I would say. And as you can imagine, you can't just like straight up drive up forever. Some kind of like vertical incline. So yeah, so in this case, if I see the shiny up top, the answer might be I have to approach from a different angle. Because if I just go fast, I can like get up to here, and then from here I can like squinch myself up to here, which is great. There's the ball. But what do I do from but then what? But then what do? So I think the answer is I have to like scrungle myself down from the top. So we'll plan on that then. This place looks giant. Yeah, now that I know I can just be in the water and I don't like get got, I don't get killed. That makes me that encourage. Oh, invisible wall, or not invisible, extremely visible wall. Also, my Yankee ass. I need to know. Is there a way that I can set the maybe under visuals? Is there a way I can set? No, I can't do it. The speedometer. Can I set the speedometer to being in Imperial units, America units, freedom units, if you will? The answer appears to me no. There's a shiny up top. That's pretty much near where we started. And you can do a cool trick. And then you, I guess, automatically deploy the parachute. Unless you deploy the parachute only when you do a trick, but I find that hard to believe. Also, when I say cool trick, I think we only have spin left, spin right. Can I do a flip? Flip. Can't do it. But okay, parachute does automatically deploy after a certain amount of time in the air. There might be a way to manually deploy. Just if I angle that way, you can see generally where we're going. I just fucking ran full tilt into that thing. The dangers of going fast mean that you might inadvertently eat ass. So, was it around here or was it up more? It might be up more actually. Now, curiously enough, we are within pissing distance of that one. But the other shiny that I saw from a distance... I want to say... I was thinking maybe I can, like, get a glimpse of it, because we saw it from afar. Same kind of thing there. I might be best to come back around for that one, because I can't actually see it. Just bouncing off into a couple things, you know. USD in the United Kingdom. Wait, the United Kingdom uses miles per hour? I feel like I should have remembered this from my time of playing GeoGuessr. Can I just climb the wall? No, I cannot just climb the wall. Yeah, you'd think I would have remembered such a detail from GeoGuessr, but knowing me, that was probably a thing I constantly kept mixing up. That sounds like something I would, like, constantly forget. And then I would continue to be surprised. Oh, I had to wait for that to fully... Wait! Heck. I had to wait for that to fully open. I have to sit on it. I have to bounce on it crazy style. Long enough for that to do its thing. There we go. And there we go. All set. Nope. That one sound effect is so loud. So we got the crab rave. Some of you might be thinking, Alex, you didn't check behind the waterfall. That's the thing, though. The waterfall, there's nothing down there. You just kind of see it. Also, I might have been able to just skip all that and, like, slide up this way. Absolutely. I could have just done... Yeah, look at that. I could have just gone down this way. But I didn't because I'm a fool. Oh, but there's a shiny. It's not a big shiny, but a shiny no less. Frog. Frog head. Yeah. And you're right. It's like 4 countries worldwide. Like 3 or 4 countries worldwide. It's a very sillily small number. Alright, so there was something from afar that caught my eye. Confirmed there's nothing behind the waterfall. Not even like behind a rock behind the waterfall. Nothing. Nothing. That's disappointing. I like how the crab rave stops when you leave. When you get a certain distance away. Alright, got a new skin. Got skin in the game. What if I deliver the beach ball to the crabs? Do you think that's too easy? Too low-hanging of a fruit? I was thinking there'd be like a more elaborate push the... Oh god, can you imagine? Push the beach ball up the hill and deliver it to like a large baby at the top or some shit. Because that would be infuriating and big hard mode. If I give it to the crabs, they seem they're not bothered by it, but they are absolutely indifferent to it. They're not as excited about the big ball. They're not as excited about big balls as I am, which honestly is disappointing. But you know, that just means they didn't have the same college experience that I had, which is a shame. Someone's probably already... Oh yeah, I'm sure I mean, there's probably already people that speedrun this game. Probably people that speedrun it. Probably people that have, you know, done all kinds of ungodly challenges. I see there's like a path over there. Let's just assume there will be ways to like dip down. So that means I need to be taking breaks every so often to look down to see if I can like smudge my way onto something from afar, from above. If like we see something and we go, oh shit, that's where that is. I'm looking down on that thing we saw earlier. Right, so I can get a very bubbly bathtub car. Gently into a pasta mill. Gently. 26 minutes. 26 minutes is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Yeah, maybe it does indeed get quite hard. What do you guys think? Frog or crab? I feel like the answer is crab. The answer is probably crab. Yeah, I think I have my answer. I think I answered my own question. But yeah, that would not surprise me if this game gets a little silly. Because yeah, 26 minutes is greater than I thought it would be. For a speed run, especially. I mean, I don't know how long this goes. That's what she said. So the answer might be to jump across. I'm gonna go ahead and allow myself to, but not fall down that way. Although that might lead to the shiny that I saw earlier. There's a couple things. My knee-jerk reaction is to get out of the car, but this is not that kind of game, Alex. Not that kind of game. You can't just get out of the car. Okay, there's a path down here as well. Thank you, Parachute, for trying your best. Oops. So what's down here? Oh, I think this is if you fall down. Here's the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay. Oh, they explode. Oh, that's gonna be dangerous. That's gonna be dangerous. They explode. If you fall down... Oh no, they don't just explode. They like fart. They fart as well, which is fun. Okay, so I was thinking maybe this would lead me down to the area we saw earlier. Not so much. There's nothing else there. Also, if you look in the top left corner, you can see I'm 28 meters out of... question mark. It goes up pretty high. It goes up pretty high, and I'm very dedicated so far to trying to find secrets, trying to find snacks, shinies, all that kind of thing. I saw the light and I got excited. That's just a reflection of my headlights that I apparently have. I have the one headlight. I'm kind of surprised by these arrows here. I'm thinking like you could have maybe jumped up from this side. He felt so inclined. Also, there's that one. There's the one that we saw from afar. Just scrunge my way up. There we go. There's a timer as well. There absolutely is a timer. Very good. Very good. Yeah, it's got to be crab, obviously. Yeah, it's pretty easy answer. A pretty easy question. So, can I hug this cliff effectively? Ooh, there's one up there, and if I had to guess, I mean, once again, we're kind of within pissing distance, but it's such a weird angle. I don't think it's happening. Do you think I can make that jump? If we were above, we could definitely make it. I'm not so sure we can make it. What if I just went fast? What if I just went fast and I just jumped really good? You ever think about that? What if I just jump really good and I just go fast? Whoop! Nailed it. Oh, it's a good thing we got the parachute at least. And also the good thing is there might be a shortcut. Because we saw there was like some steppies. Some steppy stones, kind of, over here. So if you wanted to skip that whole wall segment. I say that. I do. I say a lot of things. When you're a streamer, you tend to say things. This is a thing that streamers do sometimes. Sometimes we do them. Sometimes. But at least I can slurp myself up to here. I am okay. So you can skip the wall segment if you really wanted to. You can break those cuffs. You can't break those cuffs. I can break these cuffs. Yeah! I can make this jump. Take that, cardboard box. We got a couple new things. Laser, like scary mask, is very cool, but I'm gonna still stick with crab. It's a shame you can't wear both. Shame you can't wear both of them. That's pretty much it. I'm hoping we'll eventually get new tire colors. Actually, I'm gonna hit him with the pink. I think the pink would match the bubbles better. I think the pink would match the bubbles better. That goes with here as well. There we go. We are dripped out, baby. We're probably also dripping from all this bubble bath. Bubble bath. There's definitely more above. I feel like I could probably make that jump, but I do want to see. Oh, don't jump down that way. Heck. That's fine. It's a little bit annoying. It's a slight... Okay, what happens if I kill all the mushrooms? Will something cool happen? Maybe something cool will happen if I kill all the mushrooms. It's an inconvenience dropping down that hole, but it's an easy fix. Mushrooms have been killed. What do I get? Other than the contempt of fun guys everywhere. Speaking of fun guys, what's up, Alias? He's a fun guy. Alias, how was the bazaar tonight? I saw the I popped in for like a little bit of the stream. When I got him from work a little bit later, so I missed all the good parts. Must be really pruny in all the bubbles. It looks pretty intense. Okay, there's the golden shiny. Do I just like dip? Do I just like dip myself down and then reversey? Not really. I mean, maybe reverse and then full throttle. Maybe. I mean, oh, I don't know. Yeah, getting back up there. That's pretty much a commit. Once you fall down that hole, you are getting the golden thingy. Whether the golden thingy was worth it remains to be seen, but I got the shiny, and that's all the satisfaction. That's all the satisfaction I really needed. Really in life, when you think about it. If I can just kind of slurp myself up this way. Actually, let's go from this angle. There we go. Easy. Good to see Alias. We got to play Chained Together with Alias and Zytio and Michaela last year, and that game was extremely silly. Talking about like getting over it likes and going up likes. That game was extremely silly. Can you fucking imagine Chained Together, but all 4 people are in a car, or are in separate cars? That is, we already did Chained Together in a single car, and it birthed perhaps my favorite clip that I've ever had from my channel ever. That clip is my favorite clip I've ever had in my entire channel. That one's cool, but it doesn't have the bubbles. Now, I could, pink it up. But if I'm pinking it up, I might as well bubble it up, obviously. So we'll stick with this one then. Yeah, but I'm thinking like Chained Together, but it's this car times 4, and it's fucking impossible. So I'm not gonna like just gun it because I don't want to go down the hole. I don't want to go down the sad hole. I want to go into the good hole. Not the sad hole, but the good hole, please. Everyone benefits if we go down the good hole. Alright, so we don't have nothing else down there, methinks. Thing over this way. There might be a way to make the jump we saw earlier.
I should seriously try jumping my bath.
Oh, if you hold, you'll like climb up. That's kind of cool. Some haste and half circle. Yo, haste looks awesome. Haste looks really cool. I've not played it, but I've seen it though. Some more Chained Together. Oh, dude, that game is extremely silly. It is extremely silly, and I've highly enjoyed my time with it. Despite what I know was some blood pressure spikes that I will just say contributed to. I contributed some very light blood pressure spikes to Alias. When the group of us played. Not all of them were from me, but some of more than I want to admit of them were Super Hobbit inspired. Right, you have to hold. Yeah, jump and hold. There we go. That is a gold tire. Cool. Cool stuff. I like it. Nice swoosh on up. Look at that. We didn't have to lose any progress to get another shiny. We're rewarded for our tenacity. Oh, shit. Yeah, Landfall Games. Yeah. Great developers. Great developers. We got Aaron in the house. We have Aaron in the house who requests the red bomber. I got you, boo. I got you. Yeah, they do make very good games. They make very good games. I'm with you. Red bomber is set. New skin received. Yo, we got so much skin in the game. So much delicious skin. Okay, Hannibal Lecter. Calm down. Calm down, Anthony Hopkins. Award-winning actor Anthony Hopkins. He did that role very well, let's be real. He did that role very well, and it's disturbing watching that movie. Watching those movies, rather. I like the bones. Like the giant dinosaur bones. Very good. What else? Just trying to get my bearings here. Obviously, there's a big jump. There's a big jump here. I could see that jump as being the kind that if you go too fast, it could be dangerous. Obviously, if it's too slow, it's also dangerous. Alias, but Alex, skin's my favorite part. Is that so wrong? If that's wrong, I don't want to be right. We could also go this way. Oh, that's the bone zone. Looks like that might be the slower path, but perhaps it's the safer path. I'm not so worried about going slow. I'm more worried about trying to get all the secrets. Is that a shark attack? A shark attack as I live and breathe? I'm over here playing weird video games, and Soapy Shark is being so nice and rating me. Now, Soapy Shark, I don't mean to alarm you, but there may or may not be some soapy bubbles happening on the screen right now. Don't tell anybody. Shh, it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. But there might be soapy bubbles. So, if that's something that you're into, it was absolutely planned. I absolutely planned it. It definitely was not a coincidence. It was 100% a thing that I schemed from the get-go. Now it's Voxivs. That's a name I definitely recognize. Voxivs, did you have something to do with this very nice person raiding into me. This Voxivs is a nice person, and you know what? I bet this Soapy Shark person is also nice. I'm seeing a common thread here. And y'all are just raiding me, and that's super nice. And I'm looking forward to keeping up the charade as long as I can get an achievement for jumping on the bone. Big bone energy. You might for a little bit think, yeah, the Super Hobbit guy's all right, but then I'm gonna say something weird inevitably, and you're gonna do one of these. You're gonna go, ooh, what have I done? Oh man, this guy just said he's gonna like. This guy is like talking about like getting scared and peeing on the floor or some shit. The name of this game is Driving Is Hard, and I have made 0 jokes about, you know, staying hard for longer than 4 hours. We've all been so mature. And we've all been very big boy and big girl grown-ups. Take that cardboard box. I'll show you. What was the other one? Where we were talking about having a nice strong gorilla grip as being a pleasurable thing. By the way, you guys are playing API Error. It's one of my favorites. API Error goes hard.
A small, doubtful thought crept in, and Jeff heard his dad's voice.
I doubt it.
Doubting yourself already? What a joke. Your brother got to the top with his feet in a pot and only using a hammer to move.
Oh my god.
He wasn't stuck in a washing machine.
It's the getting over it guy's brother. I believe it. I believe it. By the way, all jokes aside, thank you guys. Thank you for that raid. Thank you for the raid, and thank you to Voxivs, who may or may not have used his extremely superior charisma to encourage Soapy Shark to raid me. Or he held him at gunpoint and says, you're gonna raid Super Hobbit, you're gonna like it. And Soapy was probably like, no, please, not in the face. Anyway, regardless of how you wound up here, thank you. I really do appreciate that. If I try to make this jump, I don't think we get anything for it because it all leads to the same area anyway. I'm just gonna schmooze on up here. If I was like trying to speed run, I could see maybe trying to make that jump, but I'm not trying to speed run. I'm trying to get all the trinkets. I want to get all the shinies. Ooh, and not fall off the edge if I can help it. Eagle-eyed viewers might note in the top left corner there is a thingy that says I'm 90 meters up, and you might think, wow, that's pretty high up, right? And then you see how high the meter goes, and then if you're anything like me, you go, oh no, that's alarming. I'm alarmed. Also, got the thingy. Now, can I turn around and hold it together? This game's controls are actually like pretty chill. This game's controls are quite good. They feel solid. They don't feel ultra wobbly or extra silly or anything like that. The controls are like tight enough, and they're pretty generous with how like the tires grip onto things. That's why we were talking about the Gorilla Grip. That's right, we were talking about having a generous grip. A generous grip. Look and see if there's anything else lurking around here. I'm gonna say something like this. Hold up, what's this one? What's this one from Elgas? I can't recognize my own clips. Is that when I made the weasel noise? I made the weasel noise, yep. One more time. I need to make that as a sound command. It's not soap, it's soup. You're trying to imply that we have like bubble soup in our little bathtub. It's bubble soup, not bubble soap. Bubble bath, that is. By the way, Soapy, if you had any clips you wanted to share, because you know, I'll share my own clips, as you just saw, with no hesitation. But if there was a clip of yours we could share, because whenever somebody raids me, I always like to ask if there's anything of yours we can show off, because you brought your peeps to me, and that's super cool. That's like really nice of you. Despite me being a small, smelly little gremlin that says dumb shit, and I'm short, and I'm fuzzy, and I'm old. I'm in my late 30s. You know, I'm a fucking mess of a human being. And yet you rated me, so that goes to show, you know, how generous your character is. So if there was anything of yours you would like to share with us, you had a fun clip that you were proud of, a funny moment that happened on stream that was really fun or really cool, or a soaring triumph or a heartbreaking tragedy, anything in between, we'll all watch together, put up on the big screen. And that way the people that were already here, they'd be like, yo, this Soapy guy seems pretty cool. Let me follow them, see what their content's all about. And that way, you know, we get that cross-pollination. We're crossing the pollination. We're crossing the streams. We're basically touching tips at that point. Have enough clips ready. If listen, if you change your mind, or even better, if any of your viewers have any clips, if any of your viewers have any clips, because yeah, if you could look through some. You know, there's no rush. There is no limitation on this offer. There's no expiration date. So if you come back, you know, 10 minutes later, 30 hours later, we're still showing it. We're still showing it. Does not matter. Yeah, if there's any of your viewers that because here's how it happens too. Sometimes somebody will raid and they'll say, "Oh, don't worry, Alex. I don't have any clips. Don't worry about it." But they'll think, "Oh gosh, I hope there is one clip, but I don't want them to see it because it's very cringe. Don't anybody show him the cringe clip." And then somebody sends me the cringe clip, and then I'm like, yes. So if any of your viewers have any clips that are horribly scrungy and paint you in a very unflattering light, that also works. So if anyone's got anything that's juicy, I'd love to see it. But no, I do appreciate you guys raiding. I appreciate that a whole lot, and I think you're all very cool and probably very handsome. You know what? I bet every person hearing these words right now has a very pleasant ass. As I bet everyone's got a very pleasant dumpy. Because, you know, back in the olden days of the internet, you could say like, "Oh yeah, like, you know, if you watch this video, you've got a big penis. You know, watching this video makes your penis more larger." But you know, the internet now is a more diverse place, and we're all better off for it. We're all better off that there's, you know, we're getting a nice spread of these slices of humanity. So now it's like, well, you know, that may not be the same kind of hardware necessarily for everybody. So, but what's everyone got? Everyone's got a dumpy. Everyone's got a booty. So that's a solid one to go for. Like, if nothing else, go for the booty action. Everyone's down for the booty action. Always and forever. Cat says, "You seem all right, but we'll see. We'll see about that." There's a jingle jangle. Oh, if there's jingles, if there's a jingle jangle and panicking, I'm curious what that would entail. I'm very curious. I'm looking, and I think I have to make like a bit of a jump, a bit of a nerve-wracking jump. You saw that part where it got actually. Oh, I'm full of shit. I think I'm full of shit. Yeah, I am full of shit. Yep. Yeah, never mind. I thought I had to do like a little scary moment. But turns out this just kind of loops around. How long will it be, do you think, before they place a little shiny that is just on the edge of one of these? Ooh, that's a little bit tight. That's a little tight, but you know what? Sometimes we like it a little bit tight. Ain't nothing wrong with having it be a little tight from time to time. Some people prefer it that way.
He thought about how his father never understood him, never believed in his way of doing things. To his father, only muscles and physical strength mattered.
Look how we physically strengthen that cardboard box. What if the video gives them a tight butt? That's right. I could say that. I could say being here and being in the stream will tighten your booty hole to the ideal levels. Or rather, I'll say it this way. It adjusts the booty hole tightness to the ideal levels. Because some people might not want it any tighter. Some people might be saying, "Bro, it's too much. I need it loose. I need you to loosen me up, Alex. Only you can loosen my butthole." The above average cylinder. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, well, there's two paths. There's safe path, and then there's like danger path. The danger path would save you some time, but again, this is not a speed run. This is not a speed run kind of experience. This is a trying to get all the shinies kind of experience. I'm not a speed demon. I'm a see the shinies and acquire them demon. I'm a see 'em demon. See 'em demon. You have to be very careful when you say that. Because it's danger close to saying something else. Oh, I'm going a little fast. Oh, we're going a little fast. Oh, doggy. Oh, buddy. Hold on to somebody's booty. All right, here we go. So we made it to this point. We'll get some shinies for our efforts. We're rewarded thusly. I got some more skin in the game. Oh, is this trying to imply that we're going to be... Okay, maybe not. I saw the aviator goggles. I thought maybe they were implying that we were going to be sailing through the skies at some point. Yeah, you don't want to be too tight. Yeah, you need that Goldilocks booty hole. That's right. That's right. You need the Goldilocks booty hole. That's right. Good shit. Good shit. Yeah. Somebody says, I'm also in my 30s and also a gremlin. I knew you were all right. I knew you were all right. I could just tell. We can just tell these things. Oh, did I not click the right thing? Nope. Nope. Oh, there we go. So the gold ones are cool, but they're not pink. All right? So, like, that's great and all, but if it's not pink, what's even the point? At this point, it's a question of which pink is more eye-catching. I think that one's more eye-catching. We have a lot of hat options. The little bear ears are cute. Aviator goggles, legit. Serial killer rave mask is a choice. I don't know, man. I'm just a crab. I'm just a crab guy through and through. At the end of the day, I'm just a crab guy. Yeah. You know, in the inevitable question, the philosophical question, Alex, are you a boobs man or a butt man? I'm a crab man. I'm a crab man through and through. My wife and I, we have an understanding. You know, we go to the pet store. We walk by the hermit crab section. I start to perspire a little bit. You know, I get the sweats. I have to excuse myself. She understands. Doesn't judge me. It's part of the
Grandpa
deal.
taught me that you don't always need
And we all
muscles to
signed
solve
together when
problems.
she agreed to marry me. When I tricked her into marrying me, I mean, she enthusiastically said yes. Music Panic clips. See, now I'm getting excited. Now I'm like curious what that could possibly entail. I am curious. That floating island also has me curious. It's floating island. Wait, is it a floating island? Yeah, it looks pretty floating, pretty floatular. The arrows are curious that they're pointing back to here. You could probably drop down. If nothing else, if I make this jump, easy peasy. But I don't know, I'm kind of vibing the idea of making that jump. It's a little scary. It's a little scary. But I'm wondering, it's either that or dropping down kind of in a weird and slightly scary way. I think I'd rather try this now. Yep. I think if we're just going fast enough, it'll all just kind of twerk out. And if it doesn't, I'll embarrass myself horribly. Here we go, baby. Whoop. Easy. Oh. Easy. Never even broke a sweat. Unlike how viewing crabs in any environment ever does cause me to break a sweat, apparently. Now, is there anything cool out here as like a reward, to reward me for my curiosity? Because from afar, I didn't see anything. I was like, well, surely this little floating island wouldn't be nothing. This island actually might just be to capture you, to catch you if you fall from like something up top. This might just be like a bit of a parachute. Because as you can tell, this is a getting over it and if you fall down in the wrong place, you fall down and you go back to the start and then you are sad. Probably. Yeah, this is actually like really easy. That's very, very harmless. It's a very harmless little jump. No harm done. Can we post a clip? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, that is very much encouraged. Clips are allowed. Clips are allowed. And in fact, I don't say it really often enough. Clips are always allowed. And like, you know, if you've got like something weird or something funny you want to share, I mean, you know, if it's something I've asked for, absolutely you should share it. But if it's something that's like relevant to the discussion, like if I you know, make a stupid joke about like, I don't know, some kind of video game or something, and you've got like a funny YouTube video for it, you could just post it in the chat as well, especially if it's a short one. Because I'm a hobbit, and us hobbits, we're down for things that are short. Yeah, so generally speaking, yeah, clips are pretty much always allowed. She's very believable. Cat Template says, don't worry, Alex. I trust her 1,000 times over you. Okay, so now she's jumping down. I suspect she'll be back in about 5-10 minutes, and she will proceed whatever she's doing by screaming in my ear. So I got that to look forward to. In the meantime, this jump is a little bit scurry. If we do a big jump, we might be okay. I might have messed up by stopping. So I could maybe try to like reverse enough. I'm gonna try to reverse enough. Yeah, we can do it. So we're good. So I think the idea is we like want to get some speed going, and then once we hit the top, keep whatever speed we have and persist and try to use that as momentum to like keep us going forward. And then just full tilt and jump. It's a little scary. But we got the no we don't. But we have, what do we have? Here.
I hear something
Right.
rattling.
So we didn't completely eat shit. We didn't completely eat shit, but we also didn't eat a well-rounded meal. We ate something that was a little bit unpleasant, but we're all right. We're okay. I'm gonna try the risky path because I like to risk it for the biscuit. Oh, that's questionable because I didn't realize I was going to require a jump. But we're okay. We're okay. So we'll be able to get back to where we came from, not too far, not too long rather. But that is scary. That is scary. I think I saw what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to kind of like, instead of just kind of holding W and hoping for the best, you're supposed to kind of like bounce on it crazy style. You're supposed to kind of like bounce from side to side and then keep a straightaway path because I kind of lost my bearings there and I kind of wiggled as we got to the top. Cat Template says, I'm only a little bit biased towards cats. Are you sure? I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed. My nose is itchy. That is usually how it goes whenever like Shayna's here. Well, either of the cats, but especially Shayna. She'll jump up and I'll just like, after a while, I'll be like, oh, why's my nose itchy? And I'm like, oh, I know exactly why my nose is itchy. Alright, so we need that straightaway path. Ooh, but yeah, it kind of wobbles you at the end. Are we good? Oh, wait, I like didn't quite land with all four wheels. Oh, that was risky. That was risky. Is it enough? It's tricky because when you're in parachute mode, you're still kind of going forward. Like there's still some like forward momentum that is carrying you. I'm gonna experiment with releasing the accelerator and seeing if that has a bearing on like how your character moves while you're falling. Because I don't necessarily want to be going forward. I think I'd rather just do like a straight drop. So I might need to experiment with that a little bit to see exactly how that's supposed to go. But the good news is, yeah, so far we've yet to completely eat dick. I've only consumed a partial dick so far. But not to worry, the night is young. I can't help but notice that route. But like that's a very vertical climb. I don't think we have what it takes to pull that off, unfortunately. What's up, Shock Value? Good to see you, buddy. It's rally racing. You're airborne and yank the parking brake, it will pull your nose down. Well, are you trying to imply that rally racing have what airplanes have, like the little flappies to like help them adjust in midair? Because I believe it. I believe it 100%. Yeah, if they hold the brake down, it'll slow their descent. And if they push on the accelerator, they'll fly. They'll be able to like kind of aim the nose upwards in midair. I believe it. Jack Fay says I am an expert on these matters. You can trust me, bro. Ooh. Yep. Ooh, that was a powerful jump. That was a powerful jump, man. I felt so confident. And you know what? Holding the A button from the get-go, because the first couple times I like got scared and I kind of forgot. Is that a trampoline? Oh my. That trampoline has me concerned. I'm a little scared about how that's gonna work. Got a cool new parachute. Very cool new parachute. I can't wait to try it out. It's gonna be the hottest girl on prom night. I'm gonna be the belle of the ball. Alright, there is a path back that way, but I don't think it requires taking that little narrow path. Can I swoosh my ass around? I'm all itchy. I'm all itchy now. Who could have foreseen this? Who could have foreseen this coming? So now... Okay. Well, again, nothing really out here right now, but this might be an important place to cushion us when I inevitably fall down, and I start panicking, and I start singing and panicking. To borrow a page out of Sharky's Nebula, Soapy's Nebula, Soapy's book. Sorry. There's another streamer buddy of mine whose name is Sharky Nebula. So I like, in my brain, I just like combine the two screen names randomly. So yeah, if I just go forward, yeah, if I just try to like gun it, I mean, maybe if I just try to gun it, maybe. Let's see how this works. I mean, the good news is that it's pointed towards a wall, so I probably can't embarrass myself too badly. How much shit could one hobbit truly eat? You know, in such in a quick format. Oh, I jumped over it. Yeah, I was thinking I had to like jump into it. Maybe I don't press the jump button at all. No jump button at all. This would be a very unfortunate time to like back up too rapidly and just fucking launch yourself off the ass of this cliff. That'd be very unfortunate. Be funny though. Damn it, I'm going too fast. So I need to approach the trampoline with less fast. Sorry, I get very excited when it comes to bouncing on things. When it comes to bouncing on a crazy stone. Whoop. Oh, that's a big fucking jump. Jesus, titty slapping Christ, that was a big jump. Okay, there we go. And sure enough, confirmed. So when you're in the air, if you do not have, I just unlocked the science. All right. So if you get launched in the air like that, the parachute does not automatically deploy. It only deploys if you're up high and you press the A button. Once you press the A button, if you continue holding the A button, it will nudge you forward. But if you press the reverse button, for instance, it'll nudge you backwards. So you have a decent bit of air control, which honestly could be extremely important when you're trying to, if you fall and you're trying to like do damage control to not, you know, eat an entire penis. Just nibble on one, you know. New skin, more gold. If you're in midair, hitting the brakes will nose you down, and then the gas will nose you up. I would assume that's not real. I would assume that those things would not have a bearing, but is there like some kind of science with like, if you know, if the tires are obviously still spinning, so if the idea is like, you know, you can use the direction of the like, excuse me, how the tires are spinning to like slightly kind of like influence how the car will tilt forward or backwards. The brakes I wouldn't think would do anything, but like the tires spinning, I could see there being like a physicsy explanation for that. Do I just go forward or do I try to go backwards? Going backwards might be the pro gamer move, honestly. I will. Oh, okay. Actually, it did deploy on its own. It did deploy on its own at that time, which is nice. I think we'll be able. I think we'll have an opportunity to jump over. Or if nothing else, I could probably like launch myself from here and land on the trampoline. But let's explore this island first. Also, the game is kind of indicating to me that I'm not even 10% the way through this experience, and that excites me greatly and terrifies me horribly. This slope is tantalizing. It looks like there'd be something hidden, but I don't think there is. That'd be a very devious place to hide something. Ooh, that's also devious right there. That'd be easy to slip right up and slip on into a hole that was unintentional. And let me tell you, it is not for anyone to slip into a hole that you did not intend to slip into. Slipping into a surprise hole, that can be, you know, that's the kind of thing that requires patience and communication and trust. And you don't want to slip into an uninvited hole. That's just not good. Not good manners. It's not considerate. In fact, it's probably not even kosher. You're driving here. Your air driving license has been revoked, so stay at far side. 50 meters up, there's a teleport to the top. That would be... I wouldn't trust it. If there was like a sign that says, hey, gamer, here's the shortcut to the top. Smiley face. And it was like a little portal with like a big arrow saying this way, and it's like very happy and like bouncy and encouraging. I would not trust it, because y'all know it's gonna be some fuckery. Y'all know it's gonna be something unpleasant. I could maybe make that jump there, but once again, I absolutely do not trust myself. No question. No question. So we have another trampoline. We have another trampoline option. Optionarino. There's a song about such things. Surprise butt sex. No. I was just talking about playing a video game and you're driving and you fall into a hole. That's all it was. Nothing weird. We'd never talk about weird things. What do you think this is? A Super Hobbit Street? That guy sucks. All he does is like make jokes about eating dicks and peeing his diaper and shit like that. He's a fucking weird guy, honestly. And he's short. Ugh. Like 5'2", 5'3". God, that's so cringe. Imagine choosing to be short in this day and age. Because as we all know, being short is a lifestyle choice, and you know, it's oh, not a good time. Not a good time. Oh, almost had a not good time myself just there. Press X to down. Cat template size. Oh, well, I think I'm on to you, Alex. I think I'm on to the ruse. We're approaching 300 meters, by the way. Oh my goodness. When we get to 420
Finally
meters, by the way.
Top of the Green Islands, Jeff looked back, feeling proud and ready for whatever comes next.
I see a treehouse. I see a series of tree houses. It's kind of hard to see what's beyond that. I see a bunch of other shinies. A bunch of other, like, shiny rewards. Any other fun treats? Any trinkets or treats beyond this point? I'm not going to say it's a broken bridge because there are no broken bridges here. Very easy, unfortunately. You fall to your death and then you have to, you know, slowly and painstakingly retrace your steps. I don't think there's any reason to jump down, though. To jump, not down, but like down to the gray level there. So I was thinking maybe there was something else, but probably not. Got an achievement. Also did a sweet spin. There we go. Got an achievement for reaching the tree houses. Feels good. Feels good. What's up, Eris? Eris is Alex. Being short is a lifestyle choice. I definitely did not choose to be this short. I definitely did not choose to be 5'3". You know, some aspects of being short are actually kind of cool. But there's other aspects that are a little bit of pain. Long people just get their shins chopped. Oh my god. It's that simple. They'll grow back. They'll grow the shins back. It's fine. It's fine. They grow back. They're like baby teeth. They just keep coming. And they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Look at that. We got a fully formed parachute. No more ripped off, sad, tattered parachutes. We are set. We are set. Get uppies from muscle mommies. Eris out here understanding the proper benefits. 5'3" is not that short. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Gracie is my wife is a couple inches shorter than I am.
Jeff
I'm 5'3".
stood at the base of an enormous tree, stretching high above him. This was no ordinary tree. It held his most treasured memories with Grandpa.
Grandpa. She's about 5'0", I'm 5'3", so I've got a few inches on her. By the way, I'm looking to see if there's any shinies up there. I saw some gold hues, but I think that's just... I can't actually tell. I'm seeing gold hues, but I think it's just on the tree itself. I don't think that's like a sign of like a treat, of a snack. And if there was, we could probably see it from this side, from this angle. Apologies to longtime viewers, because you already know what's coming. I can't help myself. Because it's one of my favorite things to joke about. So Gracie, so my wife is like 5'0" and I'm 5'3", and it's great because in all of my life, like in my friend group, in my family, friend groups even, I've always been the short one. I've always been the short one in the group, so like I never get to be like the tall guy who reaches things for people. That never happens for me. So I've always been the short one, which is fine. You know, it's a role I accept gleefully, and I like to think I've had a lot of practice with it, so I do it well. You know, I've always wondered what it's like to be, you know, the person who is tall that can reach things. And with Gracie, I get to be that person sometimes. Like, we'll be cooking something, and she'll be just barely unable to reach something. You know, on, like, the second shelf. Not the top shelf. We're not psychopaths. We're not going to put something on the top shelf. 2 short people live in there? Are you kidding me? But maybe something on the second shelf. And she'll be, like, just barely unable to reach it. And I'll be able to be like, I'll see her and I'll like really milk it. I'll be like, yeah, let me just use my super long arms. Let me reach over that, like, you know, really savor that moment, because it doesn't happen often. And the benefit to the other benefit of that is that now I get to tell complete strangers that, yeah, my wife loves it when I use my amazing 3 inches that I have on her to reach things for her. So my wife loves my powerful, extraordinary 3 inches. And I found if I loudly say that in public, at the grocery store, school, classrooms, funerals, you know, what have you, bar mitzvahs, it makes people smile. It makes people smile. So people love hearing about how my wife loves my 3 inches. And honestly, we're all better off for it. We're all better off for it. You can see me hesitating here. I did not hesitate to tell you about my wife enjoying my 3 inches, but I am hesitating here because I mean, we can go underneath there. Here, let's explore. I think there's actually, like, enough of a path. Uppies. Uppies. Uppies, please. It's like, I think I needed more speed. I think I could, like, kind of snuggle underneath and get to the other side. I think we can kind of snuggle. I don't want to struggle, but I do want to snuggle. You can fit into airplane seats. That's going to be very useful when we go to Japan in July. Because that's going to be a long-ass flight. So we do have that at least going for us. Ouch. Maybe going slower? I need to get, like, 1 tire up. There we go. Ooh, whoop, whoop, whoop. We're good, we're good. Right, so now I'm here. The camera zooming in is actually doing me a lot of favors right now. Right, and now what? Sliding backwards. Right, so there's nothing else there. If we do all this, is the implication that there's... Oh, heck. That there's nothing on that platform? Here I was led to believe that there'd be something on here, but now... Now I'm not so sure. Maybe I should not attempt this. Maybe this is a disaster and a half waiting to happen. If I could snuggle underneath here... Yeah, it's not happening. Not happening. No snugglings. If I go around... It's not really an opening, though. Yeah. And I'm definitely not going on like the little under areas. I say we just continue. Just follow the signs. Like, we'll just... Maybe there'll be an option to drop down later. There's stuff down there, too. I don't know. Also, the archway is ever so alluring. But I'm just not so sure it's worth right now. In this day and age. Oh, we gotta gun it, don't we? We gotta gun it and do a little jumpy. What about this way? What about this way? So I can dip down that little area. Is there something up here? What if I... It's gonna get pretty narrow. And again, I don't see any indication of things up there, so we're probably okay. That's a good quote. We're saving that one. That is a good quote. Quote, add. El Gaso. That's him. He's the one. My powerful 3 inches. That's right. 3 inches is enough. That's right, Farside. That's right. Get Template says, I haven't felt the need to facepalm this much in a long time. And I know what you mean. It's like when you do this, when you go, wow, this person is so cool and charismatic and clever. Because they would take the palms on our face and we go, wow, what a cool person. That's what that means, right? That's what facepalm means, right? That's definitely what that means. Oh, is this game API error? Oh, wait. No, that's because the other thing that did API error too, didn't it? I wonder if my bot's being weird. It might be my bot being a little bit silly. It could be on Twitch's end, but it would not surprise me if my bot was being a little bit silly. It was being a little bit weird the other day too. Agasso was like, I knew what I was doing, Alex. Also, there's a shiny in there. There's a double shiny situation. Let's see what's going down here first. What's going down here first? All these like areas to check out. All these things I want to explore. I want to see it all. I want to do it all. I want to see it all. Concerning. I don't know if I'd be able to make that jump very well. I think my best bet is to jump from a little bit further up. I think this jump up here is probably the safest bet in a strange way. It's a bit of a Hail Mary, but I think that's the easiest way to get up to that spot. Relatively safe. I don't know if I trust myself with much else. The other thing too. That's an opportunity to turn around here. The other thing too is, do I just go or do I do a jump? Do I do a jump off the ramp? I think we just go. I don't think we have to worry about hitting the jump. I lied. I'm jumping. Hoop. Yeah, I'm glad I jumped. I'm glad I jumped. That was a safe right. That was a safe way to do it. Hoop. That is soap number 4 out of 10 in this region. Excuse me. Got a new wheel. A cool new set of wheels. Good shit. Good shit. Nothing else under the stairs. Nope. We're good. Oh, I think I've, can I jump? Ouch. I'm just having a bit of a moment. Now, if nothing else, there's an unstuck button. Yeah, I'm gonna use the unstuck button. You lose some progress. That's fine. Huh. Your definition of some progress is a bit more liberal than I would have thought. The good news is this is the trampoline zone. The trampoline zone's pretty easy to navigate. Oh, wow. When you said lost progress, I unassigned my, it unassigned my, my cosmetics. Hopefully it didn't, like, collect the trinkets that I found. That'd make me very sad. I'm not gonna go too fast, because if you go too fast, you'll just glide right over the trampoline. Can I just collect that from here? Not quite, not quite. Yeah, some progress. It's fine though. Like I said, I knew that was gonna be fairly harmless. That archway one is so tantalizing. It's so tantalizing. I mean, I guess you could, like, fairly harmlessly try to, like, scale this one, I guess, but I don't know, man. It's such a sharp angle. I think the only one that's, like, kind of maybe reasonable is this one, and this one makes me nervous. Yeah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm gonna embarrass myself. Speaking of embarrassing myself, don't tell me don't tell me I got stuck again. We did get the, so it doesn't seem like it is I don't think it has removed our, the things we've collected by this point, so I think that has persisted. The bars of soap, the cosmetics. Hoop. Wait, was there a double jump there? It seemed like there was a double jump. Like, after a while, you can do, like, another jump in the air, maybe? We got that. Let's see. Maybe I don't have to do the jump. Maybe I can just do one of these. Yeah, we got there. We got there, baby. All right, so I can keep going up that way. Kind of curious to see what this way we got for this way. Got the yeah, we got the big jump. I'm glad we got it. I'm glad we got it. All right, this seems like a winding and relatively flat enough path. The foliage kind of hard to see. I think it's a dead end. This end, wow, it ends very abruptly. It ends so abruptly it's not even rendered. The tip is not even rendered. I hate it when I can't even see the tip. Oh boy. I almost my clumsy attempt at making a enjoying the tip joke almost led to a embarrassing blunder. An embarrassing blunder. An embarrassing blunder. Let's see what's going on this way. Go down a little bit. I think I saw where this leads. I saw where this leads. In fact, this is probably, yeah. Here's the little like birdhouse area. With some big mushrooms, big shrooms. I cannot lie. Okay, and if you wanted to drop down, I think I know what this would drop you onto. Okay. And actually, this might be an area we'll revisit at some point, because if we fall down in that little mushroom area, it seems pretty sensible. All right, so you actually cannot go through there necessarily. Okay, so now we know where that leads. Anything cool over this way? I'm gonna guess probably not, but I'll take a quick gander. Well, maybe. I see nothing cool. You could jump if you really wanted to, but that would lead you back to the vines from earlier, so that's not it. One big mushroom. In this case, back up this way as our tire tracks slowly recede into nothing. As the record of our recent progress is erased from history. So that was the birdhouse we saw earlier, but we got all the goods from that guy. Got the soap, got the cosmetics, we're all set. That path right there is probably where we're supposed to go next. But this path is questionable. Ooh, one of my tires kind of slipped through the cracks there. This might be another, a somewhat safer way to get to the same place. I say somewhat safer. Like, I make a funny noise when I do that jump. Come on. Boop, boop. There we go. Boop. There we go. So it does seem like it wraps around to the same general area, but this is the upper path, which is cool. There could be some fun things up here. Once again, I'll peruse this area, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It doesn't seem like they're placing a bunch of crap in the tips of the tree areas. That'd be such a low-hanging fruit for a level designer for a game like this to be like, oh yeah, let's put some stuff in some like really far out tree branch areas. I really was expecting that, but so far, or they're being like pretty chill about that whole thing. That was a little bit much. A little bit wobbly. That's okay though. Anything down there? I think I can just look. I don't think I have to explore necessarily. I think it's only if I just slip in the little area, so like we're in the clear. There we go. Nice little jump. Yeah. So as a result of taking this path, I am potentially missing out on some exploration. But I don't know. I feel like the shinies and the collectibles are fairly well telegraphed. I don't think I have to explore every little nook and cranny. Well, I probably have to explore the nook and cranny in a nook and or a granny. Like that little area down there, that does catch my eye, but I think I'd rather stick with the progress at hand. Especially looking at how little we've accomplished in the grand scheme of the thing, of the game, that is. We're approaching 500 meters, and that is maybe around the 10% mark of the overall elevation gained. And that's a little bit concerning given that, you know how these games kind of work, right? The first areas are not too scary. and then they get a little bit harder, they get a little bit harder, and then like the last like 1,000 meters is going to be an absolute nipple twisting experience. And not the good kind. Not the good kind of nipple twistings that I usually have to pay good money for. Whoa! Oh, almost flipped around. Oh. It's one of those where I need to savor relatively smooth progress while I can, as it will not last. Ooh, case in point, this is a little bit scary. Yo. Oh, big jump. Big fucking jump. Okay. Kind of amazed we didn't eat a little bit of shit there. Right, so now... Yeah, I can't just go around. In fact, going around is the intended, recommended even, strategy. Got a couple shinies in this treehouse. And a bank. Banking left. There we go. We're good. We're good. Slow and steady wins the orgy. It doesn't so much win an orgy. I think it's more participation. Participation is enough for most folks. I think I could probably make that jump, but if I went around, that'd be the safer call. Let's go the safer call. No need to overthink this. That is a bit of a narrow thingy there. That has me a little bit nervous. No, it doesn't. I've never been nervous about anything in my entire life. I'm full of shit. Nothing to be nervous about. Nothing to fear but gravity itself. We're doing great. We're doing great.
As he got higher, he remembered his time with Grandpa. Their
That's
hands
right.
covered in sawdust and lots of laughter as they built things together.
Aw. And now, we can like breathe a very, I think, brief sigh of relief. The gaps in the floor, I think, are inviting enough to allow us to slip through. But right now, at least we have some flat ground. We can like breathe a sigh of relief a little bit. I know we're all thinking it. It's only a matter of time before I have one slip up and I do fall all the way to the bottom and I embarrass myself horribly. Only a matter of time at this point. Maintain vigorous eye contact during the orgy. You have to be smiling the whole time, Farsight? Like smiling eye contact? I don't think it would be the best for, you know, establishing, I don't know if dominance is the right word, but establishing you're just establishing yourself, just making sure people know who you are. And for better or for worse, whether they want to know you or not. Those are physicsable. Good to know. Oh, it's just the light. Okay. Just a light bulb. And back there. I'm looking for any indications of like something cool that I should go for. I'm also trying to resist the urge to not just go crazy fast around here because it's so easy. I think it would be so easy to go too fast in the wrong place and slip through a hole, and for a rare moment where I embarrass myself on stream. Very rare moment. The disassociation. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, the disassociation one. Yeah. I've actually never seen American Psycho. I've never seen American Psycho, and I want to see it. I've been informed that there's a certain kind of human person that like yo, bro, that's my favorite movie. Like, there's a certain kind of person that it's their favorite movie. And I've interacted with that kind of person, and yeah, it's not a good time. So I have maybe not the most positive associations with the movie, but I've never actually seen it. I feel like I ought to. It smacks as being like the same kind of thing where someone watches Mad Men and goes, oh, Donald Draper, that's my new personality. I'm literally him. And then people like, you know, the show makers and people who watch the show were like, oh, you didn't get it. Homeboy didn't get it. Like, that's you don't want to be like him. He is not an enviable character. I mean, there's aspects of him that are quite cool and are enviable, but like, no, you don't want to be like him. Like, he's literally me. It's like, no, you don't want to be Don Draper. No, he's, without spoiling anything, there's a lot about that character that is beyond flawed. So if your reaction is that's literally me, then time for some self introspection. By the way, I see the shiny and I want it. I wants it. I wants the shiny. But how do I get the shiny? I think if I go that way. Here, I'm gonna back my ass up. And I'm going to forward my ass forward. This how is that gonna work? What if I go back? Oh, I think I see what's crapping. Also, the arrow. Time the arrow should have been a giveaway. Do you trust my ability to back that ass up and not eat shit? I don't trust that ability, so I'm gonna do it this way. There we go. I'm full of shit. I went the wrong way. That's fine. Zoop. Here's the way we're supposed to go. This is how it's supposed to be. So, blue shiny, I'll see you soon, mi amigo. You'll be inside of me soon. My inventory, inside of my inventory. Idolizing Homelander. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh jeez. I've never watched The Boys. I think I want to. I think I would enjoy it. I've been informed there are episodes that are fucking rough. I've been informed there's episodes that are like brutal in what they depict. And I don't really watch a lot of stuff on my own. Usually if I'm watching something, I'm watching it with Gracie. And we've both heard enough about that show where I'm like, I want to see it, but I've heard it's fucked up. And she's like, she's kind of squeamish about that kind of stuff. So maybe, you know, maybe at some point I'll queue up some time to watch it solo. Oh, there's some soap up there. Yeah, that's on my. I think that's one I should watch at some point. At least like the first, like what, 2 seasons. I feel like I've heard that like at some point it starts to get a little bit off the rails. But I've heard like the first season or 2 are quite good, quite good. Shafai's like, what do you mean? Yeah, he's so great. Yeah. What's not? Yeah, what's so bad about that? Says someone who is like, yeah, someone who's like, oh, it's overblown, and then they're just like smiley face, and then behind them it's like just any headline from in the United States from the past like 3 months. Like, what do you mean bad things are happening? It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, doing stuff with shock value. Well, that's the thing, is that the source material is not for the faint of heart. I've never read the source material, but I know enough about it. I used to work at a bookstore, and I remember we would. I had some dudes that I work with, some friends of mine that were really big into comic books, and I remember like I remember them showing me some pieces, some little nuggets of The Boys, like a couple issues of it. But maybe not. Maybe it's just the right word, but a couple volumes of it, and I remember being like, oh my fucking god. The stuff that happens in the graphic novel, much less in the TV show. Like, yeah, I have no doubt it's just like Shock Value said, some of it's like so fucked up and so wild, but also for better or for worse, I think it is probably on point. For better or for worse. Shock Value says, wait, I like the Shock Value. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Farsa was the one who said the Shock Value. What if they did things to Shock Value? Oh my. What do you guys think? Am I gonna gamer this shit like a pro my first try, or am I gonna eat an entire butt? Who knows? I'm gonna assume you want to gun it, and I'm gonna assume you're gonna want to jump. We'll see. We'll see. If I eat shit, if I eat an entire butt, then it won't be the first time. Go fast, eat ass, baby. Here we go. Oh, way too much. Oh, I did a backflip, though. I did a cool-ass backflip. Okay, that's fine. I did a cool-ass backflip. You can't take that away from me.
You drink.
You drink? All right. Oh, and then a raid happens. Mega Team Up, you just actually maybe you just saw I attempted a really cool jump, and I you could say I failed the jump if you're a a simpleton. All right, what really happened is that I did a sick ass backflip, and nothing that involves a sick ass backflip is a failure. We call that failing upwards. All right, we call that failing upwards. We call that a if you're. It's not flying, it's falling with style. Everyone's playing API error. I'm gonna reset my bot. I bet it's my bot being silly. I'm gonna reset the bot. I'm putting you on timeout, bot. All right, bot. Oh, sorry, that was on my end. All right, bot. I'm taking you out of timeout. Thank you, Team Up, for that raid. That's so nice of you guys. API error. What a great game. It's so fun. Let's see if this will make them be nice to them, to each other and to themselves. Thank you guys. Thank you for that raid. We're playing Driving is Hard, and it is a not challenging game. This game is not challenging. It is very good. I'm having a good time. It's not spanking my ass, but it's not pampering it with a pink pillow. It's something in between. It's very enjoyable. I'm having a good time with it, but it doesn't resist the some early difficulty challenges. You can see in the top left. This is one of those kind of getting over it like kinds of games. And if you fall down, you fall down. And if you can catch yourself, if you can like fall onto another platform and not lose all your progress, great. If you don't and you fall to the bottom, start from the bottom, and try to get back to where you were, and try not to cry. Try not to cry too much. And you can see I've got a long way to go. But this game is very fun. Thank you, Mega Team Up, for that raid. And you guys were playing some Double Trouble. I actually don't think I recognize that one. Also shout out to Soapy Shark, who was very nice in raiding me. And I was unable to do a proper shout out because my bot was being a butt. Super Hot Bot was being a super hot butt. There's Soapy Shark. They were playing Slay the Spire. Awesome shit. They were also playing in that clip that they showed of us. Or showed of them, they were playing Death oh shit, what was the name of that game? Hold up, I can scroll up. They were playing heck, Death's Door. There we go. They were playing Death's Door in the clip they showed us. Thank you, Mega Team Up, for that raid. This game is very fun, and you know how it works. If anyone has any clips, Mega Team Up, if you yourself had any clips to share, if any of your viewers had anything, you know, you guys have the floor. As you raid me all the damn time, you're all too damn kind and too damn generous. I like to think it's because I'm so cool. It's also probably because there's not a ton of people live, responsible enough at least, to choose to be live at past midnight on a Thursday like a degenerate weirdo. So thank you for rating me, and thank you for mostly following people that have normal sleep schedules and are not unhinged idiots. Unhinged idiots like myself are greatly appreciated. Also, I was thinking if I just jumped good, it would be good, but we're descending. So jumping while descending is a little bit tricky. What if I did one of these? Oh, I'm a gamer. Hell yeah. Right, so now, look at that. We didn't really lose too much progress. So it shouldn't be too hard then for us to get back to where we came from. I'm going to try that jump again, and instead of going full tilt, I'm going to go medium tilt. Because we did a sick-ass backflip. It was very cool. And we learned our limits and also our surpluses. Our limits and also our what we have too much of. When it comes to speed, when it comes to having too good of a jump, too pleasurable of a booty, too refined of genitals, you know, all the usual kinds of things. Oh, sick ass backflip, hell yeah. Whoa, I fell down. Oh, I fell down again. Fine. When I kind of bounced like that, I was like, I have to be very careful, and then I wasn't, and then I pressed the wrong button. So I went from being careful to being very sad. Yep. Alright, we're gonna be having a lot of those kinds of moments. I can already tell we're gonna be having a lot of those kinds of moments where I don't get a very great start on a jump or on a path. And then I have to like kind of wobble a little bit. Keep it together, and I will inevitably not keep it together, and I will embarrass myself. But the nice thing is that the levels in this game, I mean, I guess it's one big level. The areas have been pretty well designed. Insofar as, yeah, if you're trying to get to one of these things, oh heck. Or trying to get to one of these things, trying to make a jump, and you fail, seems like there's a pretty good chance that there'll be something to catch you when you fall. Maybe not catch you, but there'll be an opportunity to land on something that'll limit the amount of progress lost. The arrow is pointing me to this guy. I don't think there's anything in there. Okay, I see. The hatchet is up this way. The hatchet that I wish to not bury. Manilow. Is that gonna roll right off the edge? See you later. We're screwing off the edge. That's right. We do be screwing. We do be screwing, and it do be... Oh, shooing. Oh, come on. I made that jump, that climb so effortlessly like 2 or 3 times, and I've like sucked at least an egg or two in the past several times, but not anymore. And for the very first attempt earlier, I made this jump, the one that's coming up here, very effortlessly. I made it look so easy. Maybe I'm going too fast. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe I'm going too fast. Maybe I need to like stop right here. And then... Hup. Also, I keep accidentally doing sick-ass flips, and I definitely don't mean to. I'm glad that the sick-ass flips are happening because they're cool, but they are making the jumps a little bit extra chaotic and a little bit scary. Whoop. There we go. Easy. Easy peasy. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can get the soapies. It occurs to me that the soap is because our guy is racing in a bathtub cart that is not always full of bubbles. This one's full of bubbles just because that's a cosmetic that I liked. But all the carts have some form of bathtub shape. Confirming that the protagonist is not a gamer. Because he's bathing. And come on, bathing and being a gamer, those two things, like it's an oxymoron. A gamer who bathes, that's like a vegetarian who eats meat. Come on. Fuck out of here with that shit. No such thing. No such thing. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the middle. We tried from the tip, and full tilt and full jump. This time I'm gonna try from the middle-ish, and then full tilt and big jump. Here we go. Full tilt, big jump. Up! Cool backflip. Oh! I'm a gamer. Hell yeah! Good shit. And now... Oh my god, we have an opportunity to then get a cool second thing in an immediate follow-up. We have a crab on his head. That is, you're right, Eris. That these two things cancel themselves out. These two things cancel themselves out. So I guess we got a neutral party. Take showers, not baths. I'm pretty sure the elders will inform you that real gamers just don't bathe at all. Maybe that's just Smash Bros. Players. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, here we go. Up. All right, we're good. Oh, I didn't realize. I thought that was... I kind of misunderstood that like the shadow there.
I can't stop now.
I kind of misunderstood. I thought that was like a little bit wider. Anyway, we got the soap, which is good. We're not dropping it. We ain't dropping the soap. So now, if nothing else, we can maybe pursue that other direction because it might still loop around. Yo, what if I just fucking full tilt this thing and then try to... That's a problem. If I go too far or not far enough, I risk just flying off the edge by just jumping from here. If I go that way, I think that way is safer. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if that way is safer. So if I go up, take a right, that whole thing. I can get on that structure, and that'll lead me up, and that'll lead me to that blue fella. I could go down. I'm gonna try it. But I'm not gonna full tilt it. I'm gonna do a half tilt. I'm gonna half tilt that shit. It is more efficient. Yeah, I mean, it's less egregious as a gamer to take a shower versus a bath, but it's still bathing, and in some circles that'll get an admonishing gaze and a wagging of the finger by the gaming community at large. Here we go. Whoop. All right. Well, that's not what I was hoping. Oh, that's also not what I was hoping. Oh,
I'm not
buddy.
breaking.
I threaded that needle really well. We pretty much went in the two directions I didn't want to go. We like went through the gap perfectly, and then I fell through a funnier gap. And we fell into an area that is scary because these series of jumps made me very nervous earlier. I've made it seem like I was very cool and collected. Outwardly, I was calm and quiet. Inwardly, I was on fire and full of piss. Actually, I can just... Beep, beep. So, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get back to where I was, and you will all be so proud of me. And you'll say, Alex, I bet the inside, I bet the contents of your underwear are so dry right now. And I will say, what underwear? I'll say, what underwear? What do you mean? And then I'll say, oh, no, I was kidding. I was testing you. And then I'll do one of those, like, shifty eye thing where I'm like, you know, do they believe me? Do you think that worked? Do you think they believe that I'm not just naked from the waist down right now? All right. I think if I just go, I think we're good. Beep. Beep. All right, a little scary. Whoop. Okay, that was the jump that made me nervous. And never mind. We got that shit. Never even broke a sweat. Never doubted it for the briefest of moments. We're smooth. We're cruising. We're cruising, and tonight we sure ain't losing. Such a pro. What's up, Smokey? Not even the slightest, Elgaso. I'm so dry down there. Which is also what... Coincidentally enough, that's not the first time I've heard that sentence in the past, in my near future, in my near recent history. I'm so dry down there, Alex. Wow, that's great news. Alex said, with trying to fight back the tears. Smokey says, Alex, could you stand up for me? Yes, I could, but I'd hate to lose this progress we're making, so I'll respectfully decline. Yes, my tears will moisten things up. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Recent memory is what I should have said, not near future. Recent memory or near. I mean, maybe also both. I've mentioned before that one of my favorite jokes that my wife and I have is that, like, so Bonnie is part corgi and part border collie. So she's like short and has like a very slender body, and she almost looks like she has some dachshund in her as well. So we'll jokingly call her like a little wiener dog or a wiener girl. And there was one time, and well, it's happened more than once by now because it's very funny and it makes Gracie giggle 100% of the time. Is we'll be playing with Bonnie and she'll be like, "Oh, who's my favorite little wiener? Who's my favorite sweet little small little wiener?" And I'll be in the other room and I'll be like, "It's Bonnie, right? Please, oh God, tell me it's Bonnie. I'm so nervous." And it always makes her laugh. And she'll be like, "Who's the littlest wiener?" And I'll be like, "Please tell me it's not Alex." And it always makes her giggle. It's very fun. It is very fun. What's less fun... You know what? I'm gonna full tilt this one because earlier I like half tilted, and we went right through that gap and ate an entire penis. This time though, if I full tilt, I was hoping the parachute was going to come out earlier, because if the parachute would have came out earlier, we would have been in better shape. But yeah, I think if I full tilt, then I think we Gucci. All right, let's do it. Do it up. Up. Okay, the parachute did come out. I changed course halfway through. I think I've got it. I think you gotta like change course and try to be parallel with it as you exit the ramp, exit the jump. I think that's the pro strat. I think that's how the professional driving is hard ists would recommend it. I mean, I'm glad the parachute deployed. I'm not so sure about that one, though. I'm not so sure. I'm just not sure of another way to get it in a way that is less risky. This seems like the less riskiest way to do it. Because the other routes that I was looking at seemed... I did not have the confidence in them. When I get to here and I consider getting up there and then taking a right and being on that upper route, it seems like there'd be no way to get from there to there very well. From from just above where my guy's head is to that guy. Maybe I should do a much lighter jump from like here. Let's try that. Pretty good. Oh, that was pretty close. That was pretty close. I'm gonna back it up a little bit further. Back it up a little bit further. That might just be the play. The play and maybe even the ploy. By the way, while I'm doing this thing, and you know the nice thing about a game like this is that it's a very easy like play the game and just kind of vibe and talk about other shit kind of game. Does anybody have opinions on the Nintendo Direct, the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct? Actually, I did my homework. I got caught up on the Switch 1 Direct that was last week because I'd missed it. All that for a purple balaclava, which is pretty cool, and it would be strangely fitting with my guy's color palette, but I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I did get caught up on that, and then I watched like the 2-minute teaser of the Switch 2, like the initial teaser reveal, because I had not seen that prior. So I watched all that, then I watched the Direct last night. Or it was actually yesterday morning, but I watched it last night. They're saying a lot of things. They are saying a lot of things. And I didn't feel that strongly about things necessarily. I fully expected the price to be more than $400. So the price is going to be $450. Which is a little bit rough. That's, I think, the most expensive Nintendo console to date. I don't know if that's adjusted for inflation. Probably not adjusted for inflation, let's be real. But still, that's up there for sure. Yeah, $450. It's more than any of us would have preferred. But also, you know, not terribly surprising. And also, if I had to guess, I'm not exactly an economics expert, but if I had to guess the geopolitical situation, the economic geopolitical situation probably isn't helping. It wouldn't shock me if it was still going to be about that price regardless, but I'm over here like, yeah, it kind of tracks. Electronics are the kind of thing that would be impacted by these kinds of economic forces. So doesn't, you know, fully excuse it necessarily. That's unfortunate. I need to back up more for that one. Yeah, the price increase, exactly. Well, the price increase thing is weird because it seems like games will be somewhere between 70 and 80. Because I've seen screenshots that show the Mario Kart game might be 80, but I've also seen instances where it might be 70. And I think it's region specific and I think it's game specific. Because I think the Donkey Kong game that was announced said it would be 70. Brand new. So, I don't know. It's that part I'm a little bit unsure about, but also same kind of thing. It's like, to me, it's like, it's not surprising. I would expect it to be, yeah, 70 to 80 most of the time, probably. I don't love it, but when I think Tears of the Kingdom was $70 when it dropped. So that to me was like the indication of like, all right, well, it's the ante's being upped. We knew this was gonna be coming. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised it didn't happen sooner, because I think there was a period in the Nintendo 64 era where games were like $60, and then they kind of dropped back down to like $50. But like that was in the 90s. So in the 90s, dropping $60 for a game was fucking wild. So I kind of thought that was going to happen sooner. I'm glad that it didn't. But like that gravy train is beginning to come to a close. Yeah, the price thing, I don't love it, but I wasn't surprised by it. So I don't have that strong of opinions. No radical opinions. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel like Pelican. Yeah. It would not be the most expensive console. Well, definitely not in general. But like, not like across multiple manufacturers. But I was thinking for Nintendo, ooh, that was a little wobbly.
His father was always lurking, disapproving of his time spent with Grandpa, calling it a waste of time.
Jeez, Dad, way to bust our balls. So lame. But, yeah, I would assume, adjusted for inflation, that other consoles were more expensive. Honestly, the N64 might have been even higher at launch. Because the N64 was like $300 at launch or some shit like that. It was, well, maybe not. Maybe that's not that much. But it, I think, was quite a bit. And that was pretty controversial back in the day. But I'd have to double check. I don't have the numbers in front of me, obviously. Oh my god. Farsight side is like, I cracked the code, boys. Don't you worry, I got it all figured out. Farsight's like, I got it, bro. Prices have doubled since when the N64 dropped. Maybe I'm wrong then. I thought I saw like screenshots of like when Mario 64 first dropped that it was like $60 or some shit, but I could be wrong. I thought there was like a period, like a brief period in time where, yeah, shit was like stupid. Because I thought like a brand new game was like $50 back in the day. But again, I could be getting my wires crossed here. I'm supposed to get that one. Like I said, I don't have the numbers in front of me. It's good for the industry. I mean, I'm ambivalent. It's bad for it's crappy for consumers that are, you know, already having to pinch pennies. Come up, Sheena. Sheena's coming up. OG Zelda? We're talking Zelda 1? Because that's rough. We're talking NES? Oh, the inflation rate. Yeah. Well, there is that. There is that aspect of it. But I guess that kind of is exactly kind of what I was thinking, where it's like, I'm surprised that these price increases haven't happened sooner because of what Augusta just pointed out. I figured that with the rate of inflation being as unpleasant as it was like pretty much guaranteed. I think we have to do like a physicsy thing. We have to do like a little teeter-totter. A little back and forth. It's very slowly wobbling. We got Sheena girl. Hello, Sheena. Sheena, you're not going to get in the way in the slightest. I have full confidence you are never going to get in my way. She's never going to be an impediment. Not in the slightest will she impede. It's gamer progress. Right, this is going to be tricky. Remove the camera. A little bit nervous that if I fly too low to the sun. Whoop. Hey, we got it. Oh, I jumped really high. Wow. That was a big jump. So we need to get... I see that platform there, yeah. 360 games are about 60, yeah. She's never in the way. What's up, Meerkat? Exactly. She's never... It's never an issue. Kitty cat choosing to insert herself into a situation where games are being played. Is that good? That's probably good. Hup! Oh, yeah. Easy peasy. So the arrows say go to the left, and I don't see anything up there. It's probably okay. Haven't spent more than $30 on it. Yeah, I rarely buy something brand new. Rarely do I buy something brand new. Of course, Nintendo games don't go on sale as often as others. And of course, the full price value usually sticks around for quite a while. Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch, I think is still $60 when it's full price. Although it has gone on sale historically a good number of times. You know, it's gone down to like $40 a decent number of times over the years. But still, it can take a while for those sales to happen. And they're a limited time offer, obviously. Yeah, 60 is up there for sure. And of course, that's usually the AAA, you know, first party kind of stuff. And yeah, that's usually not something I go for. Usually I try to wait, unless it's a game I like am absolutely sure I'm gonna play at launch. Like Smash Brothers. You know, Smash Brothers, I usually pick one of those up at launch if I can help it whenever a new Smash Brothers game comes out. Like the Switch 2, I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it at launch. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. My games backlog is already stupid. I do love Mario Kart, but do I need it at launch? I don't know. Like, I might wait for some other kind of alluring Black Friday deal or something or other like that, which might mean I would wait for a year or two. So I don't know. I don't need it at launch necessarily. I might wait until other I'm gonna wait until other like gotta have it killer app games come out. I mean, Kirby Air Riders look great. The Donkey Kong game looks great. Like, you know, all these things look amazing, but you know, something where I'm just like, oh baby, like that's the thing, and I need it. Yeah, that's kind of how Breath of the Wild was. When Breath of the Wild came out, I was like, God damn it, I need the Switch now. So by that point, I wanted Mario or well, no, Odyssey wasn't out. But by that point, I was curious about Splatoon 2. I was curious about like Snipper Clips. Like there's a number of like cool little games like, well, Splatoon 2 wasn't a little game, but cool games that kind of caught my eye. But yeah, once Breath of the Wild came out, I was like, damn, that's my shit. Banana. Speaking of Donkey Kong, speaking of expanding my dong. Ooh, banana. Yeah, $60 for a long time now. I just figured the writing was on the wall for that number to go up sooner. I don't necessarily love that it's going up, but yeah, it's to me the writing's been on the wall for a while. Nintendo games are typically worth the money. Usually, I mean, I can think of a number of first-party Nintendo games that were full price at launch and were not always the bestest. I mean, I know it's an easy thing to make fun of, but I know a big one for a lot of folks is the Paper Mario series. Some of those Paper Mario games were kind of hit or miss for some folks. I'm not talking about the re-release and the remaster of Thousand Year Door, but I mean like Color Splash, like, you know, some of those. Now, granted, that was the Wii U era, and the Wii U era is kind of like an easy punching bag, but still, you know, those were full price. Some of the Nintendo sports games were a little bit mixed in that era as well. So there were some instances where, yeah, full $60 was kind of hard to go in on, you know, but as far as like, you know, bang for your buck. But certainly, generally speaking, you know, if it's a game you're legitimately interested in, and you know you're gonna play it, it's from a series you enjoy, yeah, that $60 is probably gonna carry you pretty good. You know, like the Xenogears games, any Zelda game, Kirby, Mario, you know, like the ones that are a pretty safe bet. It's hard to feel that you've squandered the purchase. Used game store. Oh yeah, used DS game. Yeah. That's such a downside. A downgrade. I'm sorry, Pelican. That is sad to hear. And that is how it goes. A lot of downvotes. But yeah. The whole thing at the Game Awards, where he was saying, like, you know, just it'd be nice if developers focus more on making good games and not worrying so much about return on investment, that kind of thing. This banana is in a very awkward position, and man, normally I'm not so much of a stickler for an awkward banana, but this banana is being awkward. Alright. I'm trying to like nudge it this way. If I could like hook it. I mean, if nothing else, it's a fairly safe bet for me to like flop myself down if need be. I'm gonna flop myself down. It's good. I'm trying to nudge that banana down. I'm trying to get my banana down after my banana's been up for too long. If your banana's up for more than 4 hours, you might want to consult a doctor. know. I mean, I understand why people are upset. You know, it affects their pocketbooks. You know, the ability to shell out an additional 10, maybe $20 more for a game. You know, going from 60 to 80 is fucking rough. You know, for a single game, $80 for a single game is kind of hard a hard one to bite off. It's a lot to bite off, and I would blame no one for not feeling great about that necessarily. But I'm encouraged at least by the fact that, yeah, by most measures that I've seen at least, that it sounds like it's going to be on a per game basis and probably will be altered per region. I'm also hoping that, you know, if the economic situation improves, maybe some of those price hikes will go down. I'm not going to hold my breath because, historically speaking, in times of economic not great things, economic instability, some corporations will be like, huh, what if we just increase prices, and then when the situation improves, we just don't decrease them again? What if we just keep them where they're at? Because everyone's adjusted to it as the new normal, and now we just get more profit. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, Nintendo evil, but it would not shock me if this price hike, once the economic situation were to hopefully eventually stabilize, suddenly we're all used to it, it's the new normal, and, you know, all these game publishers just kind of like quietly are like, well, we're not going back to older values. This is the new normal, which means more profit for us. So that's just, you know, doing business, right? This is how it goes. This makes me nervous, but I think we're okay. Yeah, trying to go too fast. There were some glowy things. I would like to see those glowy things, but I don't want to overcommit.
Grandpa
Explore
always
this way
believed in
first.
me. But what if I'm not good enough?
Even
I
though
think you're good
Jeff
enough.
was having doubts, it seemed that the tree was trying to encourage him forwards, just as Grandpa would.
Grandpa would. He's a cool guy. Nothing else here. Most game stores eventually shut down. It's hard running those things. Running a game store is hard. One of my close friends ran a game shop for a good couple years there, and he loved it. But shit was fucking hard. I don't even know if it was the pandemic that did him in. That kind of did it in and made him close up shop. Just the reality of running a game shop is gonna be really tough. The sports games were good. The ones that came with the console. I mean, yeah. It's kind of a low hanging fruit to kind of shit on the Wii U era. But yeah, the Wii U era unfortunately did have some first, well, maybe not first party. I think they were developed by a third party technically, but still some like Mario sports games that, yeah, were just not great and were like decent for like what they like the game, like the sports game they were providing, but they were kind of lacking some key features, like some fun extra features, like the Mario Tennis game on the Wii U. That was like a $60 title, but like, yeah, for people that played it back in the day, they were like, man, this game feels like very empty compared to some of the other Mario sports games that had way more features. There was like a bunch of stuff that was missing, and it just felt kind of bland by comparison. I actually want to ride this back down if that's possible. I'm gonna ride this back down. I guess I could flop down. Rather not flop down. What if I did this? Oh. Is there no option? Because there was a thingy. There's a thingy. So we got a cool little playhouse area. Oh, there we go. It did go back down. All right, this is gonna suck. That's okay. We got the thing. Because I think I saw an opportunity. I'm gonna try for it. Tape the banana to the tree for extra monies. That's extremely smart. There we go. And we're a goddamn genius. There we go. Oh, blue. I do like blue. Blue's my favorite. Was there another shiny? Ooh, this angle makes me nervous. Angle makes me nervous. I don't think there were any other shinies. I thought I saw like a glimmer of something afar, but that is far too treacherous for me to attempt this. In fact, this is already pretty treacherous. Whip. Who could have foreseen this? Oh, wow. But I actually stuck the landing and I didn't eat shit. Who could have foreseen that was going to be a risky measure? We got there, though, baby. We got there. reason games stayed at $60 is because of MTX. Can I ask a really dumb question? I don't think I know what MTX is. Running a game store sucks. Yeah. I mean, any sort of small business, small retail business is going to be an uphill battle. So yeah, I imagine, yeah, like trying to run a game store is excruciating. It sounds exceedingly difficult. And again, I'm pretty sure this particular friend of mine, yeah, when they started up their own game store, it was great for a couple years, but yeah, just the economic reality was was a harsh awakening. And I could be wrong. It might have been during the pandemic times when it closed. I think it might have closed before the pandemic, potentially. But obviously that's the other element to all this, is that, you know, when it comes to any sort of mom and pop shop, any sort of indie shop that sells really anything, music stores, video games, I don't know, hardware stores, you know, any sort of like single solo endeavor like that, so many of those places got hit the worstest during the pandemic times. So that's, you know, they're the ones with the most to lose, unfortunately, which is just beyond unfair. As that is a bit of a scary path right there. I'm curious what this is. I'm gonna turn my ass around. I'm gonna swoosh down this way. Oh, microtransactions. I mean, I wouldn't disagree. Here we go. There is a shiny down here. I wouldn't disagree that microtransactions have probably helped, at least, to kind of shore up some of that what would otherwise be that revenue, that lost revenue. Thankfully, I feel like for the most part, Nintendo games haven't been too egregious with that. I think I can get that right. I think I get it. Haven't been too egregious when it comes to like really scummy microtransactions or really scummy like on disc day one DLC, that kind of shit. I mean, there have been cases for sure, many such cases, obviously, but I feel like generally Nintendo hasn't been too fucky about that kind of thing. Or if they have, usually it's for a free-to-play game where it doesn't excuse it, but I don't know, I feel less fucky about it. I feel less bad about a $60 game. Well, I feel less bad about a free-to-play game having like hella microtransactions and being scummy versus a full-price $60 game having hella microtransactions and being fucky and scummy. Boy. Do this. I can do this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No question. Almost said no confidence. Have confidence. The games themselves. Well, that's the thing too. Yeah, I mean, with just the natural rate of inflation. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say natural, but just the historical rate of inflation risen to how it is compared to like 30 years ago. Yeah, to me, it seems inevitable that, yeah, developers are going to be selling, and publishers will be selling games at a loss at 60 bucks a pop. So yeah, that is not terribly surprising to me that, yeah, if that becomes a loss leader, you got to find other ways to shore up that lost revenue. That's how it goes. Oh, actually, I haven't been up here yet, but I'm kind of curious. Sniff around a little bit and do some sniffies. Sniffies. Animal Crossing loot boxes. Yeah, what was that, that smartphone game? Well, that's the thing, too. Yeah, the smartphone games, right? There was the Animal Crossing one. There was the Mario Kart one as well. I never played either one, so I can't, like, really weigh on them personally, but they seemed kind of scummy and not for me, honestly, but I probably some people liked them, right? I would assume. Looks like I'm in a hole.
You'd be an Olympic champion.
Oh, wait, no, I can leave, though.
And then maybe you'd finally be a winner.
Maybe then I'll be a winner. But I thought maybe I could jump off the wall. There we go. Kind of like that. Perfect. It's a cheese skin. That's so cheesy. Yeah, there are live service. Oh yeah, there's plenty of live service games that are quality games. Fortnite being one of them. Apex Legends. You know, all these free to play games that are, yeah, really legit games. Not every free to play game live service game is, you know, a scummy shitbag experience. A good number of them are, but yeah, plenty of them are like quality for sure. And plenty of them you don't have to spend a dime on. It's like you might want to if you want some fun cosmetics. Do the battle pass thing, you know, for some it makes plenty of sense if you play the game a lot, but you know, for plenty of them it's not required, obviously. Trade Overwatch for games you buy one. Yeah, well, yeah, because that's the whole thing with Overwatch 2, right? Is that they're turning that into a free-to-play game. Oh wait, is it free-to-play? I can't remember. But I know with Overwatch 2 they've changed the deal significantly, and it's was not to everyone's liking, especially given that Overwatch 1 is gone forever. Got that wall jumping. Thank you. I'm really happy about it. Also, I haven't actually checked out the cosmetic shop in a while. It's not really a shop, but cosmetic changerino opportunity. So I've been crab bubble bath guy for an eternity. Let's be, I guess I can't go down anymore. Let's be, let's be serial killer neon rave mask. Cool parachute. Do I be cheese? Do I be blue or do I be log? We gotta be log, dude. We gotta be log. Log. It's better than bad. It's good. New Horizon had loot boxes? Really? Did it like cost money? I played New Horizon. I didn't play it that much, admittedly, but I played enough of New Horizon. Almost said Loot Horizon. Wow, I legit had no idea. Was it like the usual like blind loot boxes, that kind of thing? I'm legit surprised. That sounds like something I would have heard about, but man, it goes to show how out of touch I am. Almost said out of shape, but also accurate, honestly. Oh, it doesn't have an exhaust pipe. It's special. Special, doesn't have an exhaust pipe. And that probably means it doesn't get a spoiler. Yeah, it doesn't get a spoiler either. So it's like a full transformation. It's a full transformation, but it's so cool. And so logular. It's free to play. Not New Horizon. Oh, you're talking about Overwatch. Yeah. So much cat hair. Good lord. Yeah, the PvE. Yeah. That part really sucked because I know a lot of people were like legitimately excited about the PvE mode, and then yeah, Blizzard was like, "Yeah, we're just not gonna do that. There's just gonna not be a PvE mode." So now it's just Overwatch 1, but with a very different monetization system and like 2 new characters, maybe. I'm sure some of the characters got retooled in significant ways, and I'm sure there's new maps, but still, it did feel like a bit like a bait and switch. Yeah, it's Overwatch. Yeah, I felt like a step down in some ways. Yeah, Pocket Camp. That's what I was thinking of. That I assumed had loot boxes. Yeah, I legit did not know that New Horizons had loot boxes. That's crazy, and it cost money too. That's fucking wild to me. And we're not talking expansion or like DLC. We're talking like blind loot boxes where you like get the legendary like that. That's what I think of. And I think of loot box. Oh, you got it coming. Sorry. Toss that in with the other 12 of the other like fucking stop sign helmet and blue shirt. Oh, you didn't get the froggy chair. Gamba for kid. The Pocket Camp, right? Because if that's New Horizons, that's really disappointing. And also shocking to me, because yeah, I like I said, I played New Horizons and I have no memory of the loot boxes. It's entirely possible though that my memory is fuzzy, and it's also possible that I just didn't get to him because my playtime with New Horizon was small than I would have liked. It was gambling. Wow, that's fucked. I legit did not know that. That's very disappointing. Very disappointing. And again, that's a game you buy. You have probably $60 game. That's not a cheap game. So $60 and then also having a scummy ass loot box shit. That's pretty fucked, honestly. I had no fucking clue. Jesus, there is so much cat hair. Oh my god, there's so much fucking cat hair. It is springtime. It is springtime. Back to the GameCube era. It'd be nice, but that ship has sailed, of course. That ship has sailed for better or for worse. Getting back into this area. So now we've found the little workshop area. We found the treehouse workshop area. I've tricked out my sweet ride into being... Actually, I'm going to change the wheels. Because the pink doesn't really make as much sense now. Did I just turn the light off? Oh, you can turn the light on or off. That's kind of cool. What hat makes the most sense? I'm going to say the aviator goggles makes the most sense. Or that or the bear ears. You know, it's got to be the bear ears. All right. Answer my own question. And then the wheels. Oh, they light up. That's cool as fuck. I do piss wheels. Purple. Ooh, that purple is powerful. Damn, I like all these, dude. Say we go for the piss wheels. Yeah. Piss brown bear log car. Hell yeah. Good shit. So now, So now we get to explore around here. There's probably fewer opportunities to fall into my ass, but the opportunities are never zero when it comes to falling into my ass. I'm sure there's holes I can find to embarrass myself horribly, and everyone's always down for some good hole. Everyone's always down for falling to entering into a good hole unknowingly, knowingly or unknowingly. So we get to fuck with the balls. It's it's only respectable to diddle the balls accordingly. You don't want to neglect the balls. Can't have that happen. I don't know if we need to fuck with the blocks, but I see there's more blocks over there, so I bet we're going to have to at some point. Ooh, a thingy. I mind if I do. Right, yeah, the grippy holes. Not the loosey-goosey holes, but the grippy holes. We got cat ears. Gonna be the cat ear waifu I've always wanted to be. Can fuck with the cars. In fact, I wonder if you would even want... If there'd be situations where you might want to do like a setup where you drive the car onto another area, so you can use that to help you make a jump. I could definitely see that. God damn it, I got that Shoe Body Bop song stuck in my head, and I knew it was coming. Does that say boob? It says boobies good. Boobies goody. I mean, I could probably drive into it and knock it all down, but this is art, and I can't bring myself to do it. Or maybe it's I good boobies? Boobies good I good boobies. I mean, good for you. Oh, boobies good is. That's what it is. Boobies good is. There we go. Got a frisbee. Can I jump up? Not quite, not quite. I try my darndest not to ruin that immaculate piece of art. Got a squirt gun. Got a couple of super soakers. Bonk. How do I upgrade to this ride? This sweet ride. Skateboard. Oh, you can move the skateboard. That's cool. Oh, you need to move the skateboard. Then you can use this to do the jump. Because as it is... Yeah, I can't quite make it as it is. I mean, you might be able to scum it a little bit. Posters, by the way. Oh, Sheep Sweep. That's the game that the developers are working on right now. This is their first one that's on Steam, but there's going to be a second one that they're working on, and it's called Sheep Sweep. I'm going to nudge that thing forward. What a good nudge. Good nudging. I don't know if it needs to be that persnickety, but I think that's probably good. Yep. Whoop. Looks like it might be good for a secret. I was thinking it was required for like actual progress. Although you're entirely correct, that could also be used to get to a secret, like that thing, for instance. Maybe I should try that first. Because I don't... Well, maybe if we got to the tippity top. Let's see. What kind of air can I get on this thing? Glowing. Something's glowing on there. As I could perchance just kind of nudge it. Doesn't have to be forward and backwards. I can maybe nudge it to the left or to the right. Nice little upside down jump. Very good. I don't know if I could get enough airtime off of that one jump to lead me to the thing. Okay. Alright, so jumping from the back is not a good idea because you will 100% of the time not make the jump. You'll kind of catch the lip. Yeah, I think what I should do is I should not fall off the edge and also not get stuck. Yeah, like that's a pretty good jump. But it's not really enough height, I don't think, to make that. I mean, maybe if I gripped the pole and slid right up, maybe. I bet there's other ways to get up there, though. Other and maybe even, dare I say, better ways to get on up. Like the squeakies. Squeakies are very nice. Nothing else, you could maybe stack a bunch of stuff to get up there. Little pillow. Oh, something shiny. Something sneaky and shiny, mayhaps. I think I would try to get up to the headboard. And get out yonder. What does this yield? Alright, so we got a secret. Are these the dirty magazines? I see a sock, I see some toilet paper. I see magazines that are conveniently blurred out, but yeah, I wonder if this is like the secret stash of gentleman's literature that you read for the articles. I read them for the articles, and also that sock is very solid. That sock is very solid. It is very stiff. Probably kind of crunchy. And sure enough, this does lead to the back end, to the ass end. What's that on the top there? Oh, it's just part of the wood. Oh, it's glass. Okay. That means it's very shiny. Window is shine very effectively if the glass is that, if it blends in that well. If it's that not obvious. Can I push flower? I cannot push the flower, but flower plot. Leaf must be pretty darn strong. Whoop. Not gently surprised. Can maybe get to that second. I don't know. I don't know if I could. I mean, maybe with the assistance of the skateboard thingy. Oops. Too fast. Too fast. And not fast enough. Of course, when you're on the carpet, you have a small little elevation boost. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Oh, too much. Too much. Actually, no. Just enough. Just enough. More squeakies. Very good. Between a rock and a hard place. There we go. Now. Whoop. I do wish there was a way to manually deploy the parachute. Maybe that makes the game too easy. If you have like that much air control over yourself. Versus it being kind of an emergency measure. I see why the devs limited it, but I'm a little bit sad that they limited it, because I would rather have more control. Would there have been a way to cut out the middleman and just go up the plant, just for future reference? I don't know. I don't see an obvious way. Once you're on that base of the plant, it's easy, but getting to the base of the plant from the floor, I think, is a tall ask. Crayons. You can see the kinds of cool stuff we get to do in our free time, or that we dream of at least, and also that we've done with our grandfather. Is the implication that we are the grown-up version of child? Like the person we are right now is the grown-up version of the kid that designed cars with his grandfather and dreamed of making a bathtub car. And this is his dream coming true. Also, rubber ducky. I'm just gonna guess that, yes, sitting in your underwear and driving around a bathtub car in a shrunken down, fucked up version of your, like, childhood is a sign of very, very normal mental health, and that this protagonist is doing great. Also, sorry for smacking the microphone there. Not trying to abuse the ears of any viewers. But yes, this means things are going great for our guy. He's doing great. Don't gotta worry. Trying to get a right-away path here. There we go. Can I spin the globe? I don't think so. I can't seem to spin it. I wanted to spin it. More plants. All right. Looking like, oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh, well, I definitely didn't mean to do that. Can I? Okay, we managed to correct the sins of my past. In fact, I could probably just go fast and jump up to that part at least. Looks like a little bit like the rats levels from Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike and Counter-Strike Source. Oh boy. I love those levels. Those rats levels are my favorite. Partly because they were, like, extremely silly. That was weird. It's almost like I went too fast. Yeah, they're extremely silly and not, like, very good for being competitive maps, but they were very fun. And I, of course, this will shock nobody, I never played Counter-Strike, especially 1.6, with hopes of being, like, good and trying to, like, play the game like a real gamer. I just wanted to play the cool custom maps. Alright, so it's going too fast. I gotta hit that slower. What about just now? Yeah, I need some traction. Maybe one of these? Oh, good. Damn. There we go. There we go. Oh! Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, so... And just to be clear... These narrow corridors are really hard to traverse without just flipping over everything. Can I push this off? I cannot. Yeah, the rat levels, yeah. The low gravity, yeah. Anthony knows what I'm talking about, yep. That shit was so fun. And again, those levels were not at all great for, like, you know, real competitive play, but they were very fun and very silly. All the Easter eggs, all the goofy little hidey holes you could find. I love that shit. I think my favorite CS 1.6 maps had, like, obscene amounts of vehicles. I love all the stupid-ass, glitchy-as-fuck vehicle maps that CS 1.6 had. That, of course, we're using vehicle physics from Half-Life 1, you know, the Gold Source engine. And, of course, Counter-Strike was not a game that was meant to have vehicles from the get-go. The fact that there were, like, a bunch of scrungily implemented vehicles in the 1.6 in Counter-Strike 1.6 was very fun and very silly. Like the cactus. It's a very panicular cactus, very phallic. That's the way I like it. The number of times there'd be like a map in one of those CS 1.6 one of those 1.6 maps that had like a fuck ton of vehicles, and like there was one that was bumper cars, there was one that had like a bunch of boats in the water, and obviously the physics would get really fucky if two vehicles being driven by two different players ran into each other. And what would happen inevitably is that they would like get stuck, and of course neither player would ever slow down, so they would still be at full speed. They would get stuck, and you would like see them kind of glitch out, and then you'd hear crunching noises, and both characters would fucking explode or would just auto die. So Just all like the glitchy fuckery that would happen with those things. I loved it. It was so fun. And of course, those custom map servers are pretty much a thing of the past nowadays, unfortunately, which is really a shame. But also, I get it because I'm like the only dumbass who me and a very small number of the human population who were the ones that enjoyed those maps and play them with any regularity. Most of the gaming public is all about the 24/7 DE dust servers when it comes to 1.6. Yeah, a lot of goofy ones. A lot of creativity in those days. And of course, maps were easier to make in the 1.6 days. Got a lot harder with Source, CS Source. Not impossible, but harder. Having to use the Source engine. And then, of course, anything beyond Source. Yeah, just not really any custom maps at all. Sleep Token. I know they're really popular. I'm not a huge fan. I don't dislike them. I'm just kind of so-so on them. Yeah, they're a very popular band. You can probably see what I'm looking at. I'm trying to see if there's anything over there. I guess if I get over there, I could just as easily get back. Probably. So I was like, well, if I'm here, what can I do with this power? Other than fuck up a chess game. King me! Yeah, baby. Yeah, same thing with Baby Metal. I can appreciate them. It's just not really my thing. But I know they're very popular in there. It's like a fun. It's like a fun, you know, kind of. Maybe I shouldn't say the word novelty because that I feel is like kind of dismissive. But it is something very fun and quite different. But it's pretty good. That's good. I'm glad it's something fun. That sounds nice. I don't see a way. Once again, I'm trying to get to the soap, but I think I have to. There's like a long way. Take the long way home. We're good. Yeah. Even if you jumped around. Yeah, I think go back the way we came. I think there were some good ideas, but I think this is more of a potential route to follow if you find yourself managing to get up to that chair. This is a bit of a shortcut. Potentially. And this is what led us here, I think. Yes, it is. Yeah, they have gotten like fairly popular fairly quickly. Their singer's pretty cool. So like I could see the draw. I recognize one of those. I know Spirit Box. Same kind of thing. Not my particular cup of tea, but I think I can understand the appeal. I think that's glass on there. It'd be nice to be able to see. For sure. Actually, yeah, if I squint, yeah, I think you can see the glass. So I couldn't make that jump necessarily. Oh, squeakies. Oh shit, I'm stuck on the wall. I need to drop down. Actually, what would dropping down do for me? It seems like that would be not wise. Seeing them live, that's cool. This one says LOL. Very good. Can I just nudge it? London Bridges falling down. So there will be an opportunity most likely to try for that purple. The soapies. And it probably wouldn't be too scary to try to reach the stuff. Or to try to get back to where we came from, that is. Once we inevitably fall down. And trying to get that stuff. It's not necessarily like we're doomed. Ooh, that's gonna be a little rough. I think I'm gonna hit the lights. I don't know. That's a little scary. Well, I guess the idea is to hit that, not the top rung, but the one layer down. I was gonna ask if that's any affiliation with the streamer named Vana, because I'm aware of the I don't follow them. I don't think I follow them, but I'm aware of the streamer named Vana. But a small artist. Okay, yeah, but fairly popular streamer though. That's pretty cool. Let's try the jump. And get stuck on every wall. I'm grateful with how easy it is to climb walls in this game, but the number of times you accidentally climb a wall Especially going sideways is very silly. Whoop. There we go, and we're good.
I'm not letting this stop me.
I don't know if you necessarily want to hit the blocks every single time, but I guess it won't knock them down necessarily. Nothing else behind there, I don't think. Unfortunately, I don't really see... I mean, you could maybe kind of squinge your way up that little wall, maybe. I'm kind of curious to see where this goes. Oh, hold on. There's a shiny that's directly beneath. Too fast. F. How am I going to pay respects without it? Let's see. Yeah, if I just do one of these, yeah, that's not gonna... Well, actually, that got me closer than I thought it would. Maybe if I go to the other side, you can maybe... If the other wall is close enough, I might be able to just kind of wall grippy my way up. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, maybe? Maybe I do like it. Oh my god. Strangely close. Oh boy. Like I know where this is going and it doesn't end well. Yeah, this doesn't fill me with the greatest amount of confidence. But also not the... Oh my god, I can't believe I fucking did that. I was about to say this doesn't fill me with the greatest amount of confidence, but also not a zero amount of confidence. So somehow we cheesed that one. I mean, it felt like cheese. Maybe it was all gamer skill, but I don't know. It felt like some cheese to me. Yeah, when two walls are close enough together, I guess you can pull off some dumb shitterinos. And I'm a dumb shitterinos kind of guy. Am I screwed? I think I'm screwed, yep. Well, and by screwed, I mean, you know,
Alright.
back to the bottom of this area, but that's not an
One
issue.
wheel at a time.
Yeah, but he can maybe pull off some gamer moves if I were to aim this towards that chair. Actually, was it that chair? I guess it's the only chair here. Oh no, it's that chair. Yeah, that chair would save us some time, I think. Push this back. And then can I angle it? Am I allowed to push it to the side? Yes, yes I am. So that... Which makes perfect sense. It'd be kind of silly to limit it to just forwards and backwards. This is not a forwards and backwards only kind of game. Now, can I do this without disturbing the art that is boobies is good? That I don't know. But I think the answer is yes. I think we can do this without disturbing the art. That would be very upsetting. Belongs in a museum. That's pretty good. Music is subjective. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know, like me saying that for a lot of the artists we were talking about, like it may not be my cup of tea specifically, but I can appreciate it. And it doesn't have to be all about me. It doesn't have to be what Alex wants. People can like their own things. Lord knows I definitely listen to a lot of bullshit that is extremely weird and is definitely not everyone else's cup of tea. So yeah, I never expect that from anyone else. Oh, I need to be a little bit closer, or I need to get more speed. I think we can get a little bit closer fairly easily without ruining the art. Yes, yes, having incorrect tastes. Elgaso will tell you. Incorrect tastes, incorrect opinions also valid, also valid. You gotta have people in your corner to point out when there is such a shortcoming. I think that's good. I'm gonna go and nudge it forward. I'm hoping that investing all this time into doing this will be worth my while. And that it's not a big, stupid waste of time. Yeah, the new Linkin Park songs. Yeah, that's a band I wish I would have gotten into as a kid. I think I would have liked them as a kid, but I didn't really get them back then. And like, I don't know. I feel like I kind of missed the boat on Linkin Park, because when I hear them nowadays, it just makes me think of middle school. Which is not like a dig. I'm not trying to say like, oh, band is immature. Just, it's like a nostalgia thing that I don't really have like a personal connection with necessarily. Did I fuck the tower? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, whew. Gonna say, do not fuck the booby tower. Well, I mean, the booby tower deserves utmost respect, and I'm treating it as such. It is close. It is close, which is why I'm like nervous. Oh no! Why I'm nervous, but I'm trying to be extra secure in my choices, and my choices as a gamer. As a gamer and a gentleman. Whoop! Oh, I'm a gamer! Yeah, baby! Alright, so now, big shortcut. Big time save. Speedruns. See, I listen to stuff that reminds me of middle school, but that's because I, like, actively was into it in middle school, that kind of thing. So it's like music that I was aware of in middle school, but wasn't personally into. It's like, you know, I kind of lose that connection, unfortunately. I think if I drop down, that doesn't do anything new for me necessarily. I mean, the little squeaky is cool, but I think that's a step backwards if I go down there. So I don't think I'm going to. I will respectfully decline that offer. Here we go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, hold on. Back up. Back up. Real good. All right. And one for the money, two for the show. Yeah. Nice and easy. I was trying to make this jump earlier and I pooped it. I pooped it real good. Whoop. Nailed it. No pooping this time. 3 Days Grace. That's another one. I never got into them. Never got into 3 Days Grace. A lot of that kind of genre of music. I completely missed. But they were real popular back then. Early 2000s. They were popping off. Whoop. Oh god. Oh, I'm getting stuck on everything. I appreciate that the camera zooms in like it does, and it is mostly a good thing. But it's tough with these enclosed spaces. I think it's meant to be. It's meant to be like claustrophobic. Dare I say, it's supposed to be hard. Almost as if driving in this game is well, if only there was a word for it. If only there was a phrase for it. All over the place. That's how I feel, Anthony. Yeah, I sometimes whenever I hit shuffle in my library, it is a real shuffle. It is hard to know what's coming. Alright, so we could go that way. I think it'll loop back
Finally,
around.
Jeff reached the tree house at the very top of the tree. Here, he always felt like he could do anything and just be himself.
I'm doing this my way, Grandpa.
Jeff whispered, holding on to the memory, feeling ready for whatever lay ahead.
How do I get that soap, though? I'm thinking maybe there's another entrance back in there. I'm going to see if I can get that blue boy, then I'm going to circle back around. If I can get that soap. Not a big fan of rap. I was that way for a long time, but I've come around real hard. I've like flipped very, very prominently into rap and into hip hop in more recent years. It took me a long time to get around to it. And it's just a personal taste thing, obviously. Not every genre is for everybody. There's a lot of genres I'm just kind of on, or just straight up am not really into. Like, I'm not a huge punk guy. I don't love punk, which makes it really hard for me to enjoy ska. And not liking ska is rough for a bunch of my friends. I have a lot of friends that love ska. So it's I'm a bit of a pariah in certain situations. The angst of a 12-year-old like 3 Days Grace. Yeah, I can't really talk shit on them, but yeah, I know that was, man, they were so popular back then, man. I felt the emotions, man. Very particular. That's how I feel about metal Nowadays, I feel like I'm super, super picky about metal. And I'm fairly picky about hip-hop. I guess, come to think of it, I'm probably picky when it comes to most music genres, but I'm especially picky towards certain genres for sure. I can't see any other entrances, so I think this truly is the end of the area, the spot that lets you get into the like little playhouse area. So I'm gonna see if there's something potentially that could be done here. I made a jump from like through that little corner. It's also a shiny. There's like all kinds of cool stuff over there. And I don't know what else could be done. Get to it. I mean, there's something kind of on the ledge of it. I don't think I see it. The golden shiny would be really nice, but the bars of soap as a collectible are much more alluring to me. For one thing, they're pinky purple, which is like automatically exciting. I could maybe see if there's a way to scrunch the what you call the skateboard thingy. Or what if I do this? What if I just kind of like one of these, and I like kind of fell onto it? Oh shit! Wrong way. Oh no! I pressed the wrong button. Oh, that was my opportunity. But
I won't let this stop me.
I won't let it stop me either. You're right. Yeah. What if I like? I feel like that was a not bad setup. I think I can do this. I think I can do this. And I think I can do it without ruining the boobs. Without ruining the boobs. Boobies is good. The boobs are secure. I'll report the boobs are secure. Now, what I'm hoping is I've like, if I can like kind of clamber onto the pole. Nice. And I glide up the pole ever so elegantly. But that'll be my way in. Not a lot of ours where you can go for the whole discography. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Oh, shit. Shame it's not always that consistent getting on the skateboard, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Yeah, see, like, we're already moving it a bunch. I'm gonna have to fix it. Gonna have to fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. There we go. Metal reggae. Yeah, reggae is a genre I'm really generally not into, mostly because it's also usually fairly punk infused. But it's weird because one of my favorite bands from the 80s is The Police, and they are all, maybe not all, but very influenced. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Very influenced by punk and by reggae. No good way to dip your toe into metal. I would, yeah, actually, yeah. I was gonna say Metallica was my gateway drug into metal when I was in high school. I heard Sad But True in a bowling alley, and I was like, oh, this is making my brain do the fuzzy. I was like, what is this? I went to the jukebox. And I was like, what the hell? And I'd heard about Metallica, but I'd never like tried listening to the music before, because I just assumed I wouldn't like it. How wrong I was. So that was like my gateway drug to just like, yeah, that like era of music, and really just metal as a whole. I imagine it's probably something like that is probably how it was for a lot of folks. You hear that one song where you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, but I want something kind of different. Like, I like what this does to my brain, but what if there was a band that did this kinda, but did this instead? Like, what if it was like this, but a little bit more like compositions that were a little bit more involved, and lyrics that were more like fantasy oriented, and maybe like slightly more punky. Like, oh, that led me to Iron Maiden, and Iron Maiden, you know, you listen to Iron Maiden, you hear like Seventh Son, you go, oh wow, those keyboards are kind of cool. Is there metal that does keyboards really well that leads you to like, you know, fucking Opeth and Dream Theater and that kind of shit? So and then listen to that, you go, oh yeah, like what if I want more of this kind of vibe, but more melodic or more angsty that leads me to Porcupine Tree. It's like it's you know, just kind of hopscotch from one to the other. Like I like this, but give me more of blank. Kind of blossoms out. God damn it. It's a shame that it's so hard getting on the skateboard. Maybe I'm like going too fast. Maybe I need to approach it slower. I think that's the key. Just go slowlier. Bloody Wood. Never heard of them. Never heard of Bloody Wood. Try to keep my wood not bloody if I can help it. Oh, I gotta get closer. And then inevitably the parachute deploys after you landed or as you're landing. Traditionalist, yeah. Led Zeppelin, yeah. Oddly enough, I didn't get into Zeppelin until college. It took me forever to get into Zeppelin. I couldn't really get into them. I would listen to them and I'd be like, it's weird. It was like, I think I tried getting into them too early. It was around the same time I couldn't get into Rush. I was like, it was just too weird for me. Which might sound strange. But again, I was like, by that point, I was listening to Guns N' Roses and AC/DC. You know, I was not in the right space to be able to appreciate it properly. I think I need to readjust direction here. So yeah, much. And the other part of it too is that like, I started to get into weird music. I started to get into Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Genesis. I started to like really lean into weird, and that kind of set, and King Crimson, that kind of set me onto a enjoying weird shit strand that is yet to end, and I don't know if it ever will. Frank Zappa, that kind of shit. And now I have like utmost appreciation for Led Zeppelin. Not that they're that weird, but like, you listen to Misty Mountain Hop, that's a weird fucking song. Stairway to Heaven isn't that weird, obviously, but like Black Dog is kind of a fucking weird song. Hey, that mama said the way you move, gonna make me big, gonna make you bow. That's not an exaggeration. That's how that song goes. It's a fucking weird song. So once I like began to appreciate like some weird shit, it was like, ooh, now I like Rush. Now I like Frank Zappa. Now I like all this shit that influenced a bunch of bands that I liked, but I just wasn't right in the right headspace to enjoy. Hope you liked my Robert Plant impression. I worked really hard on it. Not really. It's a weird mix that shouldn't work. Yeah, the reggae metal. It's like chicken and waffles. It just works. Like in Channel, my short hero, Todd Howard. It just works. Not sure what ramen. It is a broad genre. You're exactly correct. It is a broad genre, and I think that's part of good, and also part of frustrating sometimes. It covers a very wide spectrum, and there's all these like sub flavors. This rock, that rock, hard rock, soft rock, alternative rock, new rock, short rock, soft rock, half chub rock. Fucking like. Oh, what's the old timey shit? Like the I don't know, rockabilly, like that kind of stuff. Like all these other flavors. Yeah, Metallica, Megadeth. Yeah, that was my introduction. Yeah, Metallica and Megadeth is, well, I guess the big four, right? Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer. Like pick one of those. Pick like two of those, maybe three, and then you can like start to blossom out from there. Like the Beatles. Oh yeah, if we're talking about rock and roll, or like just old timey rock. I mean, my favorite band ever is the Beatles, and some of their shit's kind of weird, but also a lot of their shit's approachable weird. So it's not weird to the point where it's like, what the fuck is this? It's like pretty melodic, but also there's weird. So the Beatles is a good, I think another good kind of gateway drug for like weird, but also rock and roll. Like, you know, their earlier albums are pretty bubblegum pop. But, you know, you pick up Revolver, you pick up Rubber Soul, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. You get a good mix of like Very melodic, very like pop friendly music that is pretty easy to listen to, but also stuff to kind of chew on. But I'm trying to get a line up here, but my wheels are getting stuck on everything because driving is hard. All right. Whoop. Nope, not quite, not quite. How did I do this earlier? I feel like I had a really good straightaway shot earlier, and I've been struggling ever since. I think I didn't do really much of a backup. I just kind of YOLO'd it. Whoop. Man, all that setup. Oh! Oh, did I get it? Oh, I fucking got it. Wow. That was by the edge of my ballsack. I can't believe that worked, because that was very scuffed. That was very scuffed. As far as that thing... Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, maybe if you, like, scrungled up the corner somehow. Or if you... Actually, no, you wouldn't even... Actually, can you push the door? If you could push the door, that'd be huge. I don't know if it'd make it that much easier, but it'd be interesting. Cannot push the door, yeah. I have no idea how to get that one up there. That's fucking bananas up the ass right there. Step 1, shove a banana up your ass. Step 2, put it on Pornhub. Step 3, profit. If you could get up onto the rafters... Oh, that's probably how you're supposed to do it. Because, yeah, you can... I found I was, like, kind of getting close to the rafters with my jumps sometimes. But not with anything resembling reliability. Not in a reliable sense, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, that's the trick. I'm going way too fast when I do that. That's why I'm bungling those jumps. Ween was mentioned. Here's the problem. Ween is not like a joke band. I don't think. I think Ween is like quite cool. I think Ween has like made a lot of like legitimately cool music, but they've also done some stupid dumb shit. Yeah. Yeah, no, Ween, I like Ween. Pun. Jokes. But no, I do like Ween. We'll listen to Push the Little Daisies. The problem with Push the Little Daisies is I can't fucking make it past like the 47-second mark. That's where I like fucking fall apart. Once they hit you with like that first chorus, once they hit you with that first chorus, I check out. I'm like, I'm tapping out, bros. I can't fucking do it. Yeah, Push the Little Daisies. It's kind of a shame because Ween they've made like, oh no, am I stuck? No. They've made legitimately good music, but they've also made stupid shit, and the stupid shit, unfortunately, is what some people know them by. Oh, I had it. This is such a struggle. There we go. Also, I see there was another redemption. So yeah, we got a couple redemptions. Ooh, baby. Yeah, we'll get caught up on those in a second. It is getting kind of late too, so we'll be wrapping this up. I'm gonna try this one yump. I'm gonna try this one yump, and it's gonna go great. Barring any impossible fuckeries, I might have gone the whole evening without any like horrible back to the pit, like back to the start fuckeries. Now, I've been playing it pretty safe, and I've also been playing it pretty slowly. Like, you know, we're not even at the we're at like the 1/5 mark. We're playing it pretty slow. Pretty soft and slow. But I'm a soft and slow gamer when it comes to driving being hard. And whoop! Yeah, it's like I can't quite get up to the rafters. I don't know how you would do that. That's really all I can imagine. Is managing to get on top. Maybe if you like jumped on that wall to my left and kind of bounced back and forth between this vertical wall and kind of like hug your way up to it, maybe I could see that. But yeah, that's really tough. That's really tough. And I didn't see a nifty way to slide down onto the rafters from the metal roof. That, I guess, might be an option, but I didn't see an opening for it. That's really tough. Yeah, only know about their dumb shit, yeah. But they've done actually, like, legitimate good music that is not just meme fuckery, meme shittery. speed run is 26 minutes. Yeah, I'm almost 3 hours in, and I'm 1/5 through. But again, I'm playing it pretty slow. I'm exploring. I'm trying to get the goods. I'm trying to get the secrets. Yeah, if somebody were trying to do a speed run, yeah, there's untold ways of doing this more efficiently and more fastly. Yeah, there's I'll confess, I actually don't recognize any of those songs, Pelican. I'm like a Fairweather Ween guy, which is to say I only know, I guess, a few of their songs. I've never, like, listened to one of their albums, necessarily. And I probably should. I think I would enjoy it quite a bit. There was, like, a point where there was, like, 2 segments of the roofs that, like, touched each other. Where it wasn't just all solid, but I guess it is just solid. That's funny. I thought there was, like, a point where there were, like, 2 pieces. And there was like a little gap. Oh, maybe that's what I was saying. Maybe I was seeing these little ridges. Maybe I got the wrong idea. Is there an album you'd recommend, Pelican, when it comes to Ween? A way to wean my way into listening to Ween. And like their actual music and not and not the dumb shit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There was something. So yeah, if you pulled some fuckery, you scrungled your way under here. Of course, you eventually hit a wall, but... Uh-oh. Speaking of which... There we go. So you can eventually unstick yourself. But yeah, if there was, like, a big enough gap, you do some kind of fuckery there. Over here. Stuff upside down. Flip myself off. It'd be, like, the best... opportunity that I would be able to consider, but this, yeah, it all has the same amount of gap. Yeah, no dice. No dice. The Mollusk. That's a good album. Good to know. Thank you for the recommendation. Also, it's the only Ween album I've listened to. Still counts. Still counts. No, the songs I've heard of Ween that are, like, more melodic and more nice kind of remind me of, like, I don't know, Guster. That kind of, if you've ever heard of them. They're another, like, kind of power pop band that is, they do a good job of being melodic and fun, but also there's, like, stuff to chew on, which is kind of nice. Jellyfish, same kind of thing there. It's like, I would classify that as power pop, which is to say rock and roll that is like poppy, but it's not like bubblegummy necessarily. It's not like Saturine. It's fun, but there's interesting things in like the writing and in the compositions that if you're a music snob like me, it's things that kind of surprise you a little bit, but still being listenable and not like avant-garde garbage that is, you know, gonna turn people off sometimes.
Drove into the swirling dust storm of the sandy racetracks. The path stretched endlessly before him, twisting and turning like a wild, impossible maze.
Some shinies. Can I get the shinies without falling on my penis? Maybe. Maybe. No guarantees. No guarantees that anyone's penis is going to be unscathed before the night is through. That means yours, dear viewer. Oh, there's vehicles that could slap the dick off you. That's not good. That is not good for people named Alex. That would absolutely just fucking send my ass. Would absolutely send my ass. Maybe some other body parts too while we're at it. Whoop. Hoping to like kind of scrunge up that side of the mountain, but that might not be doable. Oh my god, the cactus. Cactus is not happening. What's up, Jesse? Jesse over on YouTube asks, "What's the best food?" I'm a stir fry kind of guy. When I was a young man, a youngster, a young hobbit, pizza was my favorite. But now I love a good like Asian stir fry. Love a good pad thai. Love a good I don't know, chicken and cashew kind of thing. I just love a good stir fry Asian cuisine kind of thing. One of my favorites. Probably Thai food specifically. Love my favorite. I'm wondering how I can get those other thingies. I see some shinies and I get excited. You're not getting excited when you see shinies. Can you even consider yourself a gamer? What's up, Jorf? Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you popping in, man. This game is pretty cool. I don't know if you are into the getting over it likes and the... Some would call this like streamer bait or like rage bait games. I wouldn't say like, well... I wouldn't say rage necessarily, but one of those games where, yeah, there's, you know, high stakes. If you fall in the wrong places, you can eat an entire dick and it sucks. But honestly, this game is... It's not as like rage-inducing as it was kind of advertised. I don't think, and I've never beaten getting over it. Like I am not a pro when it comes to these kinds of games. The controls, for the most part, are actually quite good. There were a couple times earlier where I was getting like stuck on things, but I think, well, I mean, it's in the title, right? This is kind of meant to be hard, but the controls are like pretty generous, generally speaking. Now you can see I am struggling here, but I put those way up there. From here, I mean, I don't think the answer is going fast. I think the answer is getting the right angle. Oh, is that it? Am I a gamer? Oh, am I a gamer? And also like patience and trying to do like, you know, good setups for things and not just fucking full tilting. Is that it? Oh, that is it. Oh! God damn it, there's the shiny. I want it. I want it. Give it to me. Give it to me now. The more music you consume, the more snob you become. I hate to say it, but I think that is what has happened to me. Because I've listened to a good amount of stuff. Not to be like, oh, I've listened to more music than you simpletons. Like, I definitely don't want to make it sound like that, but I'm old. I'm old. I'm in my late 30s now, so I just, by definition, I've listened to a lot. It's true. And as a result, yeah, I know what I like. I know what I'm into, and yeah, it's like I've been around the block, man. Things I've seen. May I borrow your private jet to take my girlfriend out to Taco Bell? Well, Game Over Jesse over on YouTube has nailed it. Because I'm a person who streams video games on the internet, I am fucking loaded. I am absolutely loaded. And do not ever consider the fact that I work a full-time job as anything less than the fact that I'm fucking loaded with the dosh. God damn, man, this is deceptively difficult. Here, I was thinking this would be a low-hanging fruit, but this is a really hard jump to make. Thinking maybe going from a...
You always wanted me to
Oh, there's a
climb,
race.
Father. But all I wanted to do is race and build.
It's just a distraction, Jeff. Racing around won't make you a better.
Yeah, that's
I
deceptive.
just said that I don't want to be a climber. Do you even listen? It's like I'm talking to a ghost.
Well, just don't get it by the train. That's it. Yeah, I'm being humbled right now because what I thought was going to be a relatively low-hanging fruit, being a prickly cactus. I like hip-hop a lot. What kind of stuff do I like? I like the weird shit. Well, surprising, right? I like the weirdest stuff. I don't go to the radio for hip-hop 9 times out of 10. Although I will say Childish Gambino is a very good weird artist that is still very popular, who's always reinventing himself, and he never seems satisfied. It seems like he's always hungry. He's always hungry for like a new sound, a new direction with his music. It seems exhausting for him. I'm sure it's frustrating, you know, to never be like I found my sound, I'm good, I can rest. It seems like he's always like trying new shit, and he's frequently experimental. It's Donald Glover, by the way. Donald Glover from Community, Derek Comedy, that guy. He's very good. So Childish Gambino, Mos Def, I also really like. Kind of jazzy, kind of weird. Yeah, those were like my gateway drugs into hip hop. And Tupac, I know, of course. Not all of Tupac though. Some of his stuff is kind of not hugely big for me. The big album that he did, his last album, All Eyes on Me, is probably his definitive piece of work, but I think I liked his more, I think it was Me Against the World. Me Against the World, it was like more introspective, more deep and more personal. So I think I identify more with that album than like the more, I don't know, stuff that's kind of self-destructive. Run the Jewels, Anthony. Anthony absolutely nailing it. Kendrick Lamar, oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, probably Eminem. Yeah, Dr. Dre. Yeah. Anthony nailed that. That's a bunch of good ones too. That's a bunch of good ones for sure. His Twitter handle is yeah. I have seen that one. I didn't remember. I don't remember seeing that it was a Twitter post, but there was an interview where he was on like, I don't know, Conan or something like that, and he was like, all these years I've been dong lover and no one told me. It's just hilarious. Really unlocked anything else cool, have I? And the mouse ears are fun. I do like the mouse ears. Yeah, I want to get these. I want to get one of these two things, ideally both, and then I wanted to get that one, what I thought was the low-hanging fruit, but turns out to be a real penis slapper, and not the good kind. Not the good kind of penis slapper. This jump is like also deceptive. Actually, what if I did this? Riddle me this, Batman. What if I just hit it backwards? What if I just hit it from behind? Yeah. That is a wide variety, Eris. Yeah, it's definitely a wide variety of artists, of like implementations of the idea of heavy metal. Not a bad way to do it. Not a bad way to do it. Because yeah, a lot of those artists would not be my cup of tea, but a good few of them are like, oh yeah, I like that shit. Yeah, it's like, yeah, a nice variety of them. Yeah, Donald Lover, Dong Lover, he was like, man, how'd I go so long in my life without realizing? No one told me. I'm a Dong Lover this whole time, what the fuck? I do wonder how he came up with the stage name Childish Gambino. Like, I'm sure this is a significant story behind it, but I do wonder. And he's also like, so yeah, he was in Community, and that's how a lot of us first became aware of him. And he was, I think, one of the writers and maybe one of the producers of Atlanta, which I've never seen, but I've heard is extremely good. Also heard it's horribly heartbreaking, but I've heard it's a very, very good show. Obviously, his music career is popping off. Like, dude is kind of a modern-day Renaissance man as far as I'm concerned. He's very, very talented. Like, he's clearly funny. He's clearly an extraordinary music artist. And what I would give for a button to deploy your parachute. It's such a shame that it deploys automatically. Because there are times where I don't want it to deploy, and it fucks me up, and there's times where I'm like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, and then it like deploys as you land. It's like, ah, fuck. But I guess that's the point, is if you're relying on it for platforming purposes like this, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Whoop. Is that enough? Just a little bit shy. Yeah, I can't quite do it, yeah. We're definitely getting into the harder parts of the game, no question, which is good, because like I said, we're a little bit past the 1/5 mark. We hit the 1,000 mark, which is 1,000 meters. Whoop. There we go. Then... Whoop. A little shy, a little short. Oh, ooh, not quite, not quite, yeah. You have to really take that jump generously by backing up as much as you can for that one. So Wu-Tang thing? Wu-Tang name generator. That's delightful. That is delightful, and I don't doubt that for a second. Ooh, too much. Too much. But we still made it. We still made it. Yeah, see, I want to like... I'm slipping. I can feel like the tires like slipping around as we're trying to reorientate myself. There we go. There we go. It's good. It's good. All right. Is that a boat? It's a boat bathtub. Oh my! Yeah, I'm a gamer. Woo! All right, cool. All right. On that note, I can rest easy. On that note, I can rest easy. Let's gaze upon our prize. Gaze upon our work, ye mighty, and despair. We got the mouse ears. No, not really any more cool, but parachutes. But we got the cheese. We got the bathtub, or the bathtub, the boat bathtub. The log is still pretty powerful, but the nice thing about anything other than the boat or the bathtub is that you get to like customize the spoiler. Well, I kind of like that one. That's kind of sick. And I make it all yellow. Actually, make it all red. to be in vogue with my sick ass body, type we got going on there. Gotta go for the classy tailpipe. Gotta go for the classy tailpipe because I have a classy tailpipe. IRL. Talking about my booty hole, obviously. Obviously. So red. Maybe crab. Yeah, crab. So we are on. Again, we're kind of in vogue with our color selections. Look at that. We're fucking fly out here, baby. Look at us. Look at us. Beautiful. Look at that stud. That's the thumbnail. There it is. That's the thumbnail right there, baby. That is a sick ride. That's a sick ride right there. He wrote for 30 right? Yes, you're right. He was a writer. And of course, like I said, he wrote for the show he made. But yeah, he was a writer as well. Just like I said, modern day Renaissance man. He does it all, and he's really good at all of them too. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. This was fun. This was fun. I was flapping my gab a lot. I was yapping. I was yapping a whole lot, and I was exploring and fucking around and finding out. And I'm pretty once again, I'm pretty proud that we didn't have any major like, oh fuck, I missed that jump, and oh no, as we just plummet to earth. I know what's happening. Like, I know it's coming. I know there's gonna be those sections, like the train, for instance. When those train cars come back around and they fucking slap you going full speed like that, you know that shit's gonna launch you. And depending on what direction it launches you, of course, your parachute will deploy after so many seconds of airtime. And if you know what you're doing, you can direct yourself and try to catch a platform so you don't just get fucking pitted to the death zone. So there are ways to make it less scary, but still I know there's areas coming that are just gonna be brutally unforgiving. It's more likely that you're probably gonna land in like the treehouse area, or maybe the planks underneath the treehouse, those kinds of areas. But yeah, it stands to reason you could absolutely get knocked to the ocean, like to the very, very bottom. So that shit is part of the risk. But no, very fun little game. Very fun little game. Driving is hard. I was a little bit surprised when I checked the Steam reviews a couple days ago. The Steam reviews were mixed and mostly positive. So not everybody loved this game. A lot of people said that like it was like poorly designed, or it's like rage-inducing and unfair. I don't know if I mean, granted, I've only played for 3 hours. These people are saying, yeah, this person is 27 hours and they have a negative review. So, maybe I'd be singing a different tune once I get to like the really hard parts. But I don't know. The controls, the only times the controls get wobbly is when you're like really don't have a lot of room to maneuver and it's claustrophobic. But I feel like they're pretty forgiving, honestly, relative to what I expect with these kinds of games, where usually they require quite a bit of precision. So now granted, this game has gotten some patches, which is good. So it's entirely possible that, yeah, maybe when the game first launched, maybe it had some bugs, maybe it was not as reliable, maybe it was rough around the edges, but I enjoyed it. It gets my recommendation. If you enjoyed getting over with Bennett Foddy, if you enjoyed going up, if you enjoyed Chained Together, I would say if you've mastered those games, I don't know if I would say you're gonna want to master this game, because the driving aspect is different. The parachute is very different when it comes to like, yeah, how you deal with emergency, reorient yourself situations as you're falling. The traction that you have when you can like grab onto walls means you can like cheese things. So I could see. And maybe that's the issue. Maybe the kind of person that picks up this game is someone who loved the shit out of getting over it and going up and Chained Together and wants that level of precision. And this game doesn't quite deliver that same kind of experience that requires and even rewards or even provides that level of precision, but more of an approximation of certain platforming situations and some DIY situations on how you get from point A to point B, especially getting the optional collectibles. So yeah, now that I'm reasoning my way through it, maybe I can see why some people were kind of like, it wasn't what they wanted or wasn't what they were hoping. But I fucking lame, man. My fucking like fair weather platformer ass, I really enjoyed it. And I would like to come back and do more sessions of it. But I'm also in my back pocket. I'm keeping the thought that says I'm gonna get fucked by these later levels. Like you can already tell shit's getting rough, or shit's getting like a lot more spicy. But I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It might get bullshit. It probably does. It probably does. And maybe it's one of those where someone gets fucked by just an impossible moment, and they throw the controller down. And they say "fuck this game," and they leave a negative review. You know, in a heated moment. You know, maybe that's just how it goes. But no, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it, and I did feel that it was like being pretty generous in those earlier levels, at least. So I saw like to the people that were saying this game is poorly designed. I don't know, man. Seems pretty cohesive so far. I enjoy, and as we all know, my opinion is factually and ethically and morally correct. Obviously, wink. Obviously. I'm not being facetious. I would never. I'm never sarcastic. I'm never sarcastic.